Hello, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, the executive producer here, and I've got a few pre-show notes for you. First, a reminder. All of the content we produce is available on our website at finalshowfilms.com, as well as youtube.com/senstaku, senstaku.podbean.com, twitch.tv/senstaku, and on iTunes. We are only able to do the things we do thanks to the kind support of our Patreon donors. We give a special shout out to our $25 tier supporters, Antitonic and Cat Waterflame. If you'd like to support us that way, be sure to check it out. Secondly, a thank you to the folks over at 411mania.com. They produce articles and content related to wrestling, MMA, movies, music, and gaming. Go check them out. We appreciate their support as well. And lastly, be sure to subscribe, comment, and rate, if possible, wherever you listen to or watch our content. It helps us know what you like, what you don't like, and helps us make more content. Feedback is always appreciated. With all that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Before we begin, I just want to do a quick shout-out to Antitonic. We have one of our $25 tier supporters. We have really awesome people that watch us and support us because... I walked outside this morning and stumbled over an Amazon package with this inside it, gift wrapped. So thank you, Auntie. Those of you out there that are fans of Critical Role, like we all are, if you're interested, this Sunday we will be doing a Critical Role one-shot in place of Adventurers League that takes place in the time of Legends. I will be playing a legendary paladin. I think we've got Hope playing a legendary wizard. Jeremy playing a legendary rogue, Aaron playing a legendary not sure yet?
Cleric!
Cleric? Okay, cleric.
What else does Aaron play?
And Jeff playing a legendary fighter, all under the weird guidance of William. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be fun, but be sure to tune in for it or watch the replay. That's happening this Sunday for Tal'Dorei Day, which is this weekend. So now that's out of the way. I'm John, I'm the Game Master for the evening as we go back into the world of Gran Terra. Joining me tonight is William.
Hi, I'm William and I'm playing Boulder and Ironhand, Dwarven Cleric of the Forge.
And Cody.
I'm Cody, I'm playing Corbin, the human fighter, also badass.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I am playing Hope Azamar, rogue/barbarian/revenant.
And Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm playing Nyx, the human druid.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Selena, the Fire Genasi Wild Mage Sorcerer.
And Sarah again will not be joining us this week. Hopefully she'll be back next week when she's feeling better. So 5 will continue to be an NPC for now. And when last we left our adventurers, they had just finished getting through the remaining bits of the underground cavern that they had found themselves in, where they found at the end of the tunnel, at the end of their exit that they were taking, they found a bunch of the cultists that they had previously run into, who had captured an ogre of some kind and was using it to mine out obsidian. They fought off the arcane golems summoned by the cultists, or constructed by the cultists at least, and found their way out, passing through what seemed to have been their barracks previously before they chased off the however many of them were left alive after killing 4 of them, very quickly and very easily. In this barracks location, they found a leather-bound journal that had writing in it. And the writing appeared to be in the language of demons in Infernal. So nobody in the party actually reads Infernal. Some of them speak Abyssal, but not Infernal.
Language of Devils.
Yes, language of the devils. Sorry, other
fiends.
Yeah, other types of fiends, but. So, with that journal in mind, with that journal in pocket, they left the mines and found themselves walking in the middle of what appeared to be an orc ambush, where they found another set of adventurers fighting off a orcish horde. They were asked to help, and they did, and finding themselves introduced to the members of the adventuring party Valor Sanguinus, that being Roland Adal, Adolfo Belmonte, Cadarn Barone, Lelian Watersong, and Fyodor. They decided to ride back to Underhold with them as they were escorting their caravan, and we had just finished. They had just stopped for the evening to rest when we left off last time. So what sort of order are you guys setting up with watches?
That is a really good question.
I think the last time we took a watch,
I had last watch last time.
yeah. I remember that me and Nix were on the same watch, and then that was it.
Yes.
So, who wants first watch?
Selena.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We have more than enough at this point.
Yeah.
Between us
Mhm.
and
Yep.
everybody else. So, yeah, no, Selena will take first watch.
All right, Selena will take first watch.
That way she can sleep in.
From Valor Sanguinus, you notice that Aldolfo is going to be taking first watch as well.
Okay.
Second watch. Corbin, all right.
Yep.
Roland is going to be taking second watch as well, and last watch.
I'll take it.
Boldrin.
Okay.
And does anybody else want to take it with Boldrin?
No.
You notice.
I like specifically no.
You notice that,
No.
you do notice that both Lelian and Fyodor are going to be up for the final watch of the evening on the other side as well. So, as you all lay down to sleep, please allow me to play your lovely music to get your more comfortable rest. Aldolfo says as he pulls out his lute and begins playing a very haunting melody that's not familiar to any of you. Much like his accent and demeanor isn't particularly familiar except for the clothes that Five is wearing. But you find it soothing as he plays you to sleep. And that leaves, after a while, just Aldolfo and Selena. Selena, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. Yay, starting us off good. I believe I have already used my what's it called? Thingamajigger, so I'll just roll at regular, and that was almost a performance roll. There we go, 13.
That was a
Persuasion
persuasion roll.
With
That
persuasion.
was a persuasion roll.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You
Oh,
talk
sorry.
to the darkness.
One.
It talks about. Oh. That's
You rolled a 1. So yeah, you're
Not a natural one.
you're not a natural one, but a modified one.
2, which was a 1, because minus 1.
So you're actually quite distracted by the music. It's not that it's bad; it's just that it's really good.
I mean, character flaw.
He rolled a 23 on his performance check, so it's particularly good music.
I feel like I'm less interested in the music and more the person performing it.
Probably. He is a very dashing figure with his very strange to most of you outfit. It's white and black and blue and very fancy. Think like Spanish nobility for those of us in the real world. With this large
White, black, and blue. He looks like a musketeer.
kind of, yeah, but Spanish, not French. But with this large, broad-brimmed hat with one side tossed up, like permanently up, with a long feather sticking out of it, and an eye patch over one eye, blonde hair down to his shoulders, and a neat goatee. After a while of playing, and he sort of looks around. Well, it seems like we have a quiet night other than the music. And he sort of calms it down. So, Selena, please, tell me about yourself.
Oh, what's to really tell? Just sort of the same old story as anybody else, I suppose. Raised myself up from sort of a rough life, now living much higher, determined to stay that way. I'm more interested in you.
Ah, well, I hail from Eleonora, a land of endless beaches. Where there are parties every night and every day. It seems the alcohol cannot stop but flow from every decanter you can potentially imagine. It is quite a life there, full of decadence and seedy nature. Also, lots of beautiful music and women. It's where I learned the lute, of course. Though, as the world stands currently, I don't think it quite exists. But
I was gonna say, and also very difficult to get to, I assume.
one would imagine, yes.
Yes.
At least until this dreadful abyss business is dealt with and pushed back, or whatever the solution for that is.
I mean, assuming that it all works out and everything that did exist does exist now, which I'm really, really hopeful for.
As am I.
There are people that I would really love to have a face-to-face with.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Is this a good face-to-face or a bad face-to-face?
good for me.
Well, seems enjoyable.
Yes, I will very much enjoy it.
I wish you luck there. Wish you luck in all your endeavors. As for me, there is certainly a man to whom I could use a reintroduction.
Really?
Yes. Particularly with the end of my blade, he says, patting his rapier.
Who would this be?
Simply a man who sank a ship I believe I was on.
He kills my father.
To die.
You can give me an insight check if you want.
Yeah. I will in fact do that.
With a
Natural
natural
20, which makes it a 22.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, he rolled a natural 1,
Ooh.
which makes it a 12, but
Jeez.
Fucking bards, man.
Yeah.
so you get the feeling that just from the way he very quickly moved aside that it's sort of an open wound. And the music that he's been playing, while beautiful, is particularly melancholy. You get the feeling that the way he spoke and the way he has been speaking would indicate something of a lost love,
Okay.
potentially by the hand of whoever this man that he's talking about is. He continues to play for a bit. So you have I believe you asked about a book earlier that you need translated, correct?
Yeah, you wouldn't happen to know Infernal, do you?
No, not myself, not personally, no.
That's
But,
too bad.
If you do not have any ideas, I do know a place you could potentially go to acquire the information you seek.
There's a sort of sideways glance, expecting to hear a particular answer.
He smiles. It is not a suggestion I would make to anyone else, but you seem to be more, how should I say, socially graceful than the rest of your party.
Look back at them.
I'm snoring.
Look back. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah. He reaches into his bag and pulls out what seems to be a blank piece of paper and holds it out towards you.
Okay, I'll take it. Take a look,
And
and then get blown up by the glyph of warding I just read.
No, you unfold it, and as you unfold it, arcane script sort of flashes across it, and it just gives you a symbol. It's just sort of
And then it explodes. Symbol fell.
no, it's just a sort of an arcane glyph. That is a calling card. You should take it to a pub, a small tavern called the Misfits Respite in Kor. The owner there will tell you what to do next. But
Misfits Respite.
the Misfits Respite. If you are in the marketplace of Kor, head towards the northern wall and follow it to the west until you find a small, unassuming building between two larger, much more assuming buildings. You will be able to find it easily enough.
Cool. I will definitely do that.
The person you're looking
To the northern wall, then west.
Yes, northern wall, then west. The person you'll be speaking to is the owner of the bar. He's a man named Toriel. Let me find his.
It's a man named Toriel.
He's a man named Toriel Nilo. You may find that you and he have much in common.
How do you mean?
You are both quite charming social maneuverers, shall we say.
Okay. Good to know. I will definitely check that out.
As a warning, the Misfits Respite, while perfectly safe to be in, is not the sort of place one wishes to pick a fight. So choose your allies that you take with you carefully.
Several mental notes flash through. Gotcha. Now,
Specifically not taking Corbin, probably not Boldrin.
I
now,
was thinking Hope might be the only qualified member of our party.
important question.
Yes.
Not that I would, not that I'm doubting anything at all, but what's the sort of legality around this place?
The man you are going to be speaking with, not the first one, but the one after, is an information broker. Also a merchant of many. He is a merchant of both legal and not so legal things.
Perfect.
And it is certainly not something. It is certainly a place you would not wish to bring someone like my friend. He says, indicating Roland. He is far too good for his own good, shall we say?
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
But I find you will likely find any sort of information you need. There will be a price, of course, but I find his fees to be most reasonable.
Perfect. That gives us an option we didn't otherwise have, and I appreciate that.
Of course. It is up to those of us who risk our lives for the safety of others and for the pleasure of gold, as also to give assistance to one another. And you did us a good turn with the orcs, so I figured one good turn deserves another.
Thank you. Yeah, I will just continue random small talking, a metric fuck ton of flirting and passes made.
Are you looking? Are you looking to make a roll for something, or are you just passing the time?
No, passing the time, and if it leads to passing the time, that's fine. Because I figure
Fucking what?
I rolled a 1.
A modified one.
A modified 1, but still a 1.
So you notice that while he reciprocates the flirting, he completely shuts down any attempt to go beyond that.
Okay. Duly noted. I can't win them all.
And you because you rolled so well on the insight check, you have a feeling that the reason lies in the story that he didn't finish.
Yeah. That's fair.
All right, and first watch finishes with nothing untoward happening. He rolled a natural 20 on his perception check to counterbalance the modified 1 of Salinas. And the natural 1 of his deception check, which brings the music to an end, and Corbin and Roland take their spot for the second watch. Go ahead and give me a perception check, Corbin.
All right. Perception. I see everything. 20. I might.
20.
Not bad.
He rolled a 17. You guys are keeping a watch. You do notice on occasion, he will sort of he's a pacer.
Yeah.
And so like as you guys are taking watch, he'll pace back and forth, not really talking much. You do notice on occasion he'll pull something out of his bag and look at it.
Can I see what it is?
Give me another perception check. Yeah, it's a scroll. It's he pulls out a sort of a leather scroll case, opens it up and pulls something out, like a piece of paper out of it, and just unrolls it and stares at it for a couple minutes, and then puts it back.
after like the second time he does it, he's like checking the fridge. I'll when he pulls it out, I'll just say, "So, what are you reading?"
Oh, something I've had on me for a long time. He'll hold it out towards you. If you want?
I'll
you
read
have a
it.
Look.
Yeah.
Herein lies the proof of nobility. One Roland Adal, second son of the kingdom of Adal. And it's basically like it's like a noble birth certificate.
Oh. Where is this?
I don't know. Like so many of us that were born from the abyss, I have memories of a home that doesn't exist, and that has proof of a life that doesn't exist.
Yeah, I know all you Abyssborn generally have things that you aren't able to remember or get back to, but
No. That is one.
does it say what kind of noble you are?
It says that he's a prince.
Oh yeah, prince.
Yeah. I remember riding out to a farm with some troops and soldiers marching on it. I remember a fight, a battle, a skirmish. And then I woke up in Clifftop. With no idea of how I had gotten there.
That's pretty weird.
Yep.
But I guess that kind of describes all the Abyssborn.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Hey, at least you're a prince.
Only in some kingdom that doesn't exist, but
I mean, it's gotta exist if you got. Well.
it's a bit complicated.
Also, yeah, that's complicated. Also, I'm gonna just remind you of Rule 14, Article 3 of the Guild Charter. Our party has dibs on that dragon horde.
And he does laugh.
That's good.
Right. And he'll take the scroll back from you.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we have no intention of going and stealing your dragon horde.
Yeah.
If we wanted a dragon, we'd go hunting out by Gortusk.
Have you been over there lately?
Damn it.
Apparently, they have. I haven't been there in particular, but we've received the Rangers have received reports of dragons flying over Gortusk Hold.
What kind? There was the dragon that we ran into in Underhold was abyss spawned. It spawned down below. They didn't have eyes. It didn't have. It was weird.
These are more traditional dragons. I believe red was the color reported.
Oh, fucking love fire.
Yeah. But yes, red dragon spotted over Gortusk a couple weeks ago was the report we received. They sent a few rangers out to investigate, but the orcs don't appreciate our efforts, so.
Yeah, they probably want to deal with it themselves.
Well, actually, they just wanted to kill rangers, but we
too.
managed to avoid too much of a conflict.
Ranger!
I agree with the orcs.
Sleep.
Talk!
I am.
He sits down and pulls the axe off of his belt and starts sharpening it. Yeah, no. Apparently, it might be nesting in the forest south of Vigilance, but we're not 100% certain yet. I wouldn't mind a chance at it, he says, smiling.
Yeah, you and me both.
Oh, maybe when we're not busy, we'll go out there hunting.
Yeah. I can't remember if we were going to Clifftop after this, but
We were planning on making our way over there too for the wyverns.
Yep, that's what we were going for.
It's season. It was wyvern season when I woke. I think about it. Looks over at the group. So what's the story with your ragtag group of pals?
So, and I point to Nyx. I say, that one was apparently brought into the city, tried to escape, and they caught him again over something.
Is that the one the newbies brought in?
Yeah.
They got punished.
Yeah,
for
you're
that.
newbies.
That was
I guess
funny.
you gave him a run around the city for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then
March around the wall in your skivvies for a whole day. It was a sight to behold.
And then let's see. Yeah, the other ones just were around when some abyss spawned ogres and orcs showed up, and yeah, they helped in a fight, and
I remember that. Does that seem? I don't think I've ever heard of that much being spawned that far away from the edge.
yeah, that was in the city.
Yeah, it was. I remember it was in the marketplace.
Yeah, it was pretty far. So
any idea what caused that?
the abyss. But
Obviously,
no,
but-
I have no idea why it would have done that. I'm okay with it though. It was an alright fight. But yeah, they got a chance to join the guild, and they all took it because, well, and he points at Selena, I got free alcohol, and they immediately wanted that. Actually, a few of them did. So did that one, pointing at Hope. And then, yeah, it's literally, yeah, it's ragtag all the way. These guys didn't even want to camp on the road on our way to Underhold. They just wanted to take that stupid flying thing.
Aldolfo doesn't want to either, but we don't typically take the carriage because we are escorting caravans. So
Yeah.
although
Plus, it was kind of.
for this one we actually took a teleport to the cathedral. So
Yeah, I'm sure that was fast.
oh yeah, I mean
It was weird up in that carriage thing.
Was it?
It's the first time I took it.
You like it?
It was all right.
Hmm.
Not really a whole lot to do up there. I was going to try to train my ox, but then I couldn't get into the what would you call it? The trunk? I couldn't get into the trunk.
Cargo? Yeah.
Yeah, the cargo.
Oh well. He
Yeah, I
puts
bought
the
an
axe down,
ox.
Pulls the sword out, starts sharpening it. Oh.
Yeah. That's about all the conversation that he got.
Conversation just awkwardly
Yeah.
trails off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
We both start sharpening weapons.
and then it just ends. So
Yep.
that's the kind of people they are. And third watch begins. So they wake Boltrin, Fyodor, and Lillian up. You hear Lillian go, Fyodor, up! And Fyodor just reaches down, picks Lillian up, and sticks them on his shoulder. And he sort of sits and watches.
I suppose that's a good height to watch from.
And going to give me a perception check, Boltrin.
Perception 18.
Blam, and... Blam.
Knowing my good fortune, with
Wow.
everything having been quiet.
Sorry, no. I rolled a 21 with the person that has a +8 to their perception, and a 21 with the person that has a +3 to their perception.
Nice.
Anyways, you were saying.
With my good fortune, with the night going so smoothly thus far, Right about this watch will be when something decides it wants a piece of this caravan.
Not likely, Lelian says. Look closely. And they point at they just sort of point at a spot. Roll another perception check for me.
Do I get advantage because being pointed out to me?
Yes.
20.
You notice a you didn't notice it previously because you didn't see it being put up, but you do notice a sort of a shimmer in the light. Almost like there's an invisible barrier there made of the darkness. That would be the hearth of moonlight and shadow. It's something we picked up in the Feywild.
I see.
And
Neat trick.
they sort of sit down cross-legged on Fyodor's shoulder. Well, it keeps the satyrs at bay, although it doesn't work much if you go outside it, but for the night, it typically provides safety.
Sort of look over up the Minotaur. You seem to be close with your very large friend there.
Fyodor and I come from very different places from the rest of the group. We just sort of naturally gravitate. Helps that he doesn't talk much. Fyodor just grunts.
It's a strange pairing, a fey creature like yourself and a impressively large Minotaur.
Oh, I could say the same for your group of ASMR, Ganassi, pair of odd humans and a dwarf. And that one, they say, pointing at 5.
She's a special case.
I'd imagine. So what brought all of you together?
I don't want to say coincidence, but I don't want to say fate.
I mean, if you differentiate between the two.
Yeah. But a poorly executed attempt by the guards to find a cult hiding near the abyss captured our angry member. I say, pointing at Nyx, who's apparently held a grudge non-stop since. Impressive. I'm a dwarf, and that's a heavy grudge being held.
That one's name wouldn't happen to be Philodoxian, would it?
Not that I know of. They call themselves Nyx.
You wouldn't happen to know if they're a satyr, would you?
I don't think so.
That's how I came to be here. I was a far strider for my clan, my tribe. We were looking for... There's a satyr that was continually puncturing our wards, and we wanted him to stop, so... Chasing after him, we found a portal to your material realm, and... Apparently he had opened it, and once I stepped through, well, here I am.
Well, I suppose that is a similar story to all of us born from the abyss.
The abyss is a curious thing. It does not exist on any of the other planes.
Curious indeed.
In fact, we had expected it to be gone thousands of years ago. Not certain why it's still here.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, well, obviously you know that the Feywild and the other planes exist out of time with the material plane.
Vaguely.
We watch, and we interact when we can, and a long time ago, the doorways to the material plane were closed by some event. I believe the people at the time would have referred to it as a calamity. And we wait, Eventually doors reopen and we intermingle again. But they never did. Not until Philodoxian, at least, decided to open one. This world should be finished, but it's not.
Yes, there's a few people who've been agonizing over what it means and why it is. Whether the abyss is a tapestry hiding a world, or if it's a void, what a world should be.
Or both, but we just know it's wrong. Not wrong in its existence or its nature, but wrong in that its purpose should have been filled already. But it hasn't.
It takes quite a force to stop the wheels of creation.
It does indeed. Or maybe somebody just threw a wrench in the works.
It's quite the wrench.
Or quite the works. Regardless.
It is certainly inconvenient, to say the least.
That is an understatement, I find. They sort of pat Fyodor on the head and slide off.
I just want to say I really, really hope Nyx is actually a satyr.
Can't hear you, Aaron.
Nyx was secretly a satyr the whole time.
Gasp!
Oh,
It certainly restricts my travels and
that's fair enough.
makes my quest a little bit harder to fulfill.
Maybe you'll find the means.
Or, stubbornness willing, I'll just pull back the abyss like a carpet and find the rest of the world.
That would also be fun. They point at the Tower of the Gods, which you can see clearly. You can see it clearly wherever you are, unless you're underground. Might be an adventure worth going in there for.
It might.
We have a long watch ahead of us.
I think I've gotten a little bit tired of this same several hundred miles long continent.
I find most people would probably agree with you. And the watch continues. Is there anything in particular you wanted to do while you're on watch?
I don't know what further work I can get done on my weapon.
Yeah, no, you would either need more advanced tools or access to a forge. So.
Yeah.
Or magic, but you don't have the kind of magic that would be required.
Yet.
All right. And so the final watch comes to an end. You are all woken up. And as the sun rises, you can see now more clearly, those of you that didn't notice it before, there is just this dome of condensed, not quite darkness, but as if somebody trapped twilight in a semicircle around the camp. And as everyone wakes up and goes about, Lelian walks over and just waves their hand through the air, and the dome unravels, and the full brightness of the day comes in.
Huh.
Well then, we've rested long enough. Shall we go? They announce, and hop back up on Fyodor.
I mean,
Sure.
fine. If I have to get up.
What was that? I'm asking about the...
Oh, that was... best way to put it... If you could trap twilight on a water bubble, that would be what that is.
Can you pop it from inside?
If you made it.
Right. And I don't look happy about that, and I just get on, continue traveling.
It's gonna be about with the caravan. It's gonna be about 2 days. Yeah, you've got a day to get down to the crossroads that intersect one of the Twin Rivers and heads back north towards Underhold, and then you've got a day to get back up to Underhold. So, is there anything you guys want to accomplish over these next 2 days of travel?
Does the bard know comprehend languages?
No, he does not.
Damn it.
I will at some point along the first day I'll walk over next to Nyx and just quietly inform him that we may have another option that doesn't involve going to the massive dick bags to get that thing translated.
You're
Well,
muted,
we
Aaron.
weren't going to the massive dick bags to begin with.
All right.
No,
Two.
but and may be useful for that other thing because apparently they know stuff that
Does
we
the
only
third
consider
have
the
access
massive
to
dick
third level
bags.
spells?
What was that?
Oh wait, no, tongues does not let you touch to read. Never mind.
Tongues let you
No.
speak, not read. Yeah.
Sorry.
So just something to keep in mind.
Actually, Nyx will. He knows people talk during watches. He's had enough experiences with that. He's going to try and keep an eye on essentially the members of the other party that were on watches, see if any of them are responding to him differently, because he doesn't trust that no one spilled secrets about him.
Oh yeah,
It's
Hope
a valid
too.
point.
Hope would definitely do that too.
Give me insight checks. You can
Okay.
give me 2, 1 for each day.
Does this apply for my
25 and 14. 'Cause
ear
I
for
rolled
deceit?
low.
Does this apply for your what?
Let me look at this. If they're lying at all, I have a minimum check of 11. Just
The insight
4.
check is not to perceive lies, but to perceive reactions. So no, that
Okay.
would apply.
cool. All right, never mind. That's a 20 though,
2.
and 20 for the first day. 21.
So Nyx, it doesn't seem like anyone's reacting to you differently. Same thing with Hope.
Okay, I'm still on edge.
Though,
Yeah, that doesn't change the edge, but
Though Hope, Lelian does seem to look at you weirdly from time to time. But you're pretty certain that was because of your comment earlier, not anything they might have been told.
Okay.
Maybe because they don't understand how somebody couldn't understand the simplicity of trapping Twilight in a bubble.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so
I don't-
easy.
For them, it is. It's just
Yeah.
done. And again, the second night of travel, like the next night of travel, now that you're all aware that they do this, you actually are able to see and watch, and as the sun is going down, they just perform a couple of very almost fluid water-like motions in the air and just seem to grasp the light and twist it into a bubble around the camp.
does it seem like a druid spell to me?
Give me a Arcana check with advantage.
16.
It seems like it is using druidic magic. It's not a spell per se, but it is like a druid ritual of some circle.
Fair enough. I have my own druidic rituals.
Yeah, but like you can tell just from the way it just definitively interacts with nature and sort of the world around you, and doesn't do so in quite as obtrusive a way as more arcane magic does. It's definitely a druidic ritual. And as they tie off the bubble, you guys have another night. Is there any particular order you guys would like to take watches, and is there anything you would like to do over your watches for the first night?
Selena likes first watch, so she's going to do that again, but there is no specific goal.
Nyx will take second watch. Because he
Hope
didn't.
will take second as well.
Okay. So you're quickly finding that sort of the standard array of watches that the others take is Aldolfo on first watch because he uses it to soothe everybody's sleep. And then either Roland or Kadern on second watch. Tonight it's Kadern. And then Lelian and Fyodor tend to take up the last watch. So, if there's anything you guys would like to do interacting with those people in the times that you, both in the transition between shifts and during your shift, let me know. The two of you, Hope and Nyx, are sharing your watch with Kadern tonight.
Mm-hmm.
No, more of the same. Casual conversation.
And
Light flirtation at this point, obviously.
If Nyx has a watch,
Push
he's doing his
with it.
ritual during watch because that's just convenient. But
And you guys are sort of getting a sense now, now that you've both seen it put together and are watching through it. This sphere that Lelian puts up appears to make it almost impossible for wandering creatures to see the camp. And so it provides sort of it doesn't make it impossible, but it makes it unlikely. And so unless somebody's actually looking for the camp, they're not really going to find it. And because you guys are seeing on your watches, you're seeing wolf packs that you would expect to harass the camp if you guys were by yourself, just sort of wander past, not even noticing you're there, and other things like that.
Yeah, no, Hope would not try and make any sort of small talk because that's no. But she'd watch Nyx doing those rituals and
druidic runes sort of parsed in with deep speechy, abyssal-y stuff that isn't quite right for any of it with this candle at the center.
Kadern, for her part, also doesn't talk much. She just sort of sits off on a stump making arrows.
I like her. This is good. Okay.
She just has a very impressive hunting skinning knife that she's just using to cut arrows. Just pulling out, has a stick of reeds and just shink 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 toss, shink 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 toss. She's very methodic about it, and it seems like this is something she does a lot, whether for actual use or meditation, you're not certain.
Yep, I sharpen weapons. That's just.
So second shift is a lot of crafting and silence, and then third shift, Lelian and Fyodor get up again. I don't know if Corbin or Boldrin are getting up for third watch as well.
No, they got it.
Boldrin will be up for third watch again, yeah.
Yep. I don't know if there's anything else you want to talk about, but
So we've had our conversation about the world and as it stands.
Yep. So third watch ends. You all wake up. The bubble is dispersed, and you continue on.
All right.
And over the course of the next day, you travel so you cross over the bridge at the river, and you can see in the distance to the south the town of Twin Rivers. Seems fairly peaceful at the moment. And continue on your way north, and by the end of the day, unless there's anything you guys want to do over the course of this next day, yourselves in Underhold.
Okay.
All right.
All right, very well, my friends. Well, we have escorted our caravan and our lovely new friends to Underhold. I hope you all enjoy yourselves on whatever your next journey is. We ourselves will be leaving off to Clifftops, so appreciate your company these few evenings. It has been enjoyable as always, Selena. My pleasure. And have a good life. Try not to get killed. I hear it sucks. And he just sort of doffs his
Same
hat,
for you.
fixes it, and parades off with the rest of the party behind him.
So, what did we have to do in this town before we started moving on? I'm just trying to get a quick covering of everything we need.
We were going to go
You got
talk to
to
a
get-
cleric. of
Well, that
items.
too.
About which thing?
About the symbols, to see if they know why it might be split or what that might mean.
Didn't we
Also-
do that when we were getting Hope looked or getting 5 looked at?
No, I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
Also, one of us did get a trophy off that giant thing, and we got to get paid, y'all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Adventuring 101. If you get offered to kill something, you need to bring back proof.
Adventuring 201. If you don't do it, it's easier.
I mean, true.
But you
But
don't
that
get
bridge-
paid.
That's not adventuring. That's staying home.
That bridge has already collapsed on us because our dwarf decided to fire a giant gun. So,
I think it was the cave that collapsed on us, Selena.
you're ruining the joke. Oh my god. Okay, regardless,
there.
He looks genuinely lost.
we already handled that, so we might as well get the money for Hope's 2 deaths.
Okay,
Let's
yes,
not
fair.
Talk about that.
That's okay. That's
Here.
fair.
No, we're not going to use that as a negotiating tactic. I'm
Okay.
just saying it's a reason we should at least get something from this giant gangbang cluster.
I get more of a share because I died twice.
I don't know about that.
That is something that you definitely deserve. And I'm not a charitable person, so you
Me
can get
neither.
it from one of them.
Take it from 5. They
Hard-hearted,
won't argue.
terrible people.
I'm sorry, I'm a bitch.
Is someone handling 5's trust fund or whatever?
I think
I've-
Selena is.
I think I'm handling it.
Okay.
I still have all the stuff from the dragon.
Yeah, the stuff from-
I am the party treasurer, apparently.
So we have to find out about
Cut to
the
inside Selena's head of
I roughly remember how much I shoveled into my bag, so
I have no.
I think I wrote down how much I shoveled in my bag. Hang on.
I mean, it all got piled in one thing.
Everything
Yeah.
was piled and then put in.
yeah, everything's piled in one. I'm just letting Selena know. That Corbin knows how much.
By the way, I don't remember if I corrected this or not. Cody, did I tell you that you could use that spear with your spear mastery feat?
Well, yeah, I can because it's
Yeah,
a
you
spear,
can.
but
You
I
can.
don't get any extra bonuses other than the +1 to attack and damage.
I mean,
Well,
you
attack.
can also do like the setting against the charge bit and all that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure. I couldn't remember if I told you no or yes, and the answer is yes. I just wanted to make sure I said yes.
Yeah, it's still a spear, but
Yeah.
like the whole thing is that spears normally only do 1d6, but if I use it two-handed, I can pretty much use it like a glaive. But I don't get any extra bonuses other than lightning damage and grapple, which is
It
pretty
looks
good.
cool.
And it looks cool, but I have the dueling fighting style, so one-handed weapons do a little bit better.
Here's where the internet goes away.
Hey, it came back.
Oh, William?
Not yet.
Nope,
So
and then
good.
it went away again.
Oh, there it goes.
There, oh,
It's back.
ta-da!
Wait, is it back?
Yeah, it's back.
Okay, I wasn't sure because William was frozen in a particular position. I wasn't sure if he was just holding.
Oh, no.
Yeah, his eyes were closed.
Yeah.
No, he's
It
frozen.
did.
It's frozen again. William,
Yep.
your video's frozen. I don't even know if you can hear
Yeah,
us.
alright.
Anyways,
He's got that
continue
look like a fucking course.
Either that,
much.
or he's
Great.
really good at holding his eyes open for a while.
He's doing the thing that Travis did when he got petrified and just
He's-
holding
he's-
position.
on. He's my brother. He's not. All right.
There he goes.
So you all are continuing. What's the agenda here in Underhold?
So,
Think we're going
Mind
to the
about
branch
the-
office first to get paid.
yep, paid in the Ida symbol.
Yeah.
All right. So are you all going together to one thing and then the other, or are you splitting up? How are you doing it?
I mean, I don't think we have to split up for anything.
I think we should not split up.
Yeah. I'll check on Bosco
Oh no.
while we're there.
Okay.
He's probably dead.
As long as
Too
he's
late
still,
for
you
him.
know,
I'm
he's
sorry.
probably still just hanging outside.
You think the internet is your ally?
So you go to the office for the Adventurers Guild branch office. Bosco's still there.
Awesome. I pat him as we walk by.
What up?
I also pat him as we walk by.
The,
I'm probably in
Also
front of you, so
pat
I don't
him
see it.
In a different. Wait, no. Different thing.
There's a person there at the counter. Ah, yes. Are you here to retrieve your ox?
Well, yeah. But also this, and I take the mama worm plates strapped to the side of my backpack, and I just yank those off and lay it down. I don't know how many or how big they are, but.
And what are these for?
These belong to the worm that was assaulting your minds.
It's dead now.
It's dead now.
We're the Adventurers Guild, not.
Yeah, that's right.
Foreman
The mine.
of the.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's been
That's
a
what
bit
I
of
thought
a journey.
Going that too.
Adventuring 301. Don't let Corbin take us to where we need to go to get paid.
I'll remember that.
Yeah.
I just say that softly to Selena.
No, because it's more entertaining this way.
All right, so you're gonna collect your ox. Is it gonna?
Cities
As long as it doesn't rampage through anything else.
Yeah, because last time it rampaged, they said if anything like that happened again, they were just gonna kill it. Looking at Nyx.
You can just leave it here if you want.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna leave it here until we leave, but I also have
Alright.
to pick up a special saddle for it before we leave.
All right.
Adventurers Guild.
Yeah. If you could point me to a place that would sell ox saddles.
That's gonna be a special order. Most people don't saddle oxen.
Yeah. Unimaginative is what they're
Probably
called.
a leather worker.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
You might have to get it custom. That's gonna cost more.
Definitely gonna have to get it custom.
Yeah. Oh well. It'll be fun.
Yeah, but for these, he says, pointing at the scales, that you're gonna want to go talk to the merchant union.
All right. Yep. Thank you. It's been a rough couple days.
I imagine.
All right. Well, I'll be back for my ox then.
All right.
And we'll leave.
Pick up the scales.
Yep.
Guys, walk out.
To the Adventurers Guild branch. Or
That's
no,
where we
we
just
already
were.
did that. We're
Yeah,
going to
we're
the merchant-
leaving this place
the-
now.
Foreman, I can't think. Oh, sorry. Good. This is why we're having these problems. To the Merchants Guild.
Yep. Merchants Guild.
Foreman. Mine foreman.
We don't got to go all the way back down to the mine, do we?
No.
God, please,
Bottom of the
You
mine.
guys,
no.
so you guys go and find the mercantile union's headquarters. I would assume.
Mhm.
Yes.
And second, sorry. Trying to respond to things.
Adventurers Guild and
Yeah. So you go to the mercantile union. And as you're leaving, I have to wait for information before I can finish this sentence.
Bing.
Yep. As you are leaving, you sort of hear behind you, wait, what? And you hear this mooing roar sound and a crashing noise from behind you.
Oh no.
I look.
Oh no.
He was strapped to a post, so I mean, unless he ripped the post up out of the ground.
You look back in, and the wooden beam that it had been attached to is broken, and it has headbutted through the counter, trying to get at the associate that was there, who's currently trying to scramble away from the apparently rampaging ox.
What the hell?
Selena just starts laughing. Non-stop, fall to the ground laughing.
I'm gonna go try and shove it back.
I'm gonna grab Bosco by the fucking horns and yank him back.
Right, give me to yank him. Give me strength checks from both of you.
Okay.
Strength check, just straight strength check or athletics?
Yeah, athletics.
Athletics.
17.
13.
They're in Volos. Cows are in Volos. Those are advanced monsters, guys.
I mean, they're not advanced. They were just not.
Yeah.
They didn't think people would be fighting oxes on a regular basis.
Yeah, aurochs are not.
We're turning it into them.
Aurochs are not normal things to use.
Yeah, those are orcs.
No, aurochs.
Yeah, no, they're for orcs, though. Orcs normally use them, is what I meant to say.
Yeah, okay.
Cows have a strength of 18.
Okay. Let me just pull this thing up so I can see anything else that I might need to know.
It's a beast of burden, so it counts as a huge animal for purposes of determining carrying capacity.
Okay. So yeah, no. So Hope runs up and tries to grab the bull by the horns. And a headbutt just sends Hope flying off into a wall.
Dang it.
And you take
Oh no.
They will only kill you if he's charging.
you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the wall.
Okay.
Nyx kind of yelps and casts healing word.
Oh no, my actions have consequences.
You don't know that.
I know.
So
Corbin doesn't.
Selena is amused enough. She's gonna try and play it off like this is on her.
I've rolled 25 on my insight to confirm my pre-existing suspicion from the last time this happened.
Yep.
Corbin,
I hope your backs are full because I healed you for 9.
Corbin,
thanks.
I just forgot to untoggle the 2GM thing.
You managed to wrench the ox's head back straight and sort of hold it still. It's trying to buck against you, but you're holding it. Fortunately, nothing serious has happened currently yet.
Yeah.
Other than Hope getting smashed. Baldrin, you sort of are looking around, and Nyx is being pointedly not amused. Nyx is not
trying not to show amusement. Yeah,
like Selena is laughing her ass off.
Can I roll my attempt to take the blame first?
Go ahead, roll your attempt.
And I'm giving myself advantage on this. This is important enough for me.
Thank you.
Do that.
Motherfuck. Oh, damn. Well, I might be able to fool.
Yeah.
So Nyx, Selena was
you are distracted with an ox. That is definitely a disadvantage.
You do have disadvantage to the roll, Corbin, because you are wrestling an ox currently.
14.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm trying to determine why the ox.
Well, yeah, but you're also trying not to get killed by the ox.
Yeah.
So yeah, Baldrin, Nyx is being particularly quiet, and also genuinely concerned for Hope, who did get hit. But Selena was laughing her ass off, and then straightened up and tried to is coming forward and trying to put on she had something to do with it. But if Nyx didn't have anything to do with it, you figure Nyx would probably be laughing more.
That could be Baldrin's perception.
That is Baldrin's perception, because I am the GM in his head.
Okay.
So I just kind of step over to Nyx. You've caused injury this time. You know that, right?
Let's see
Fine,
what
it's
language
not
I
permanent.
speak. Because I don't actually share any languages that I know Baldwin knows. Let's go with Abyssal. There's a short response back. If you wish to discuss this later, we may.
I just cast tongues on myself because I haven't chosen my spells for the day yet.
Okay, fair enough.
And I respond in Abyssal. If you continue to do this, I will be forced to take action.
Then you should stop aggravating me.
I've done nothing in the past several days to warrant this. I've been actively setting up traps for you at your request. I haven't interacted with you since that cave.
Nyx looks really upset.
Give me an honest reason why you did this.
Later.
Now, since you're standing here in the wreckage that it's caused.
Can I wrench it over and strap it to the next post?
You can. You figure it's probably going to try to break it too right now. It's kind of set on rampaging. You need to calm it down first. I'm
going to hold it down.
Check. Give me an animal handling
And
check.
this conversation is carrying on in Abyssal.
Yeah, it is.
16. Well, that's going on, by the way.
It wouldn't matter because Corbin is distracted anyways.
While this is going on, just to make sure that there is no connection of it, Selena will, and we'll deal with this after you guys' conversation, but is going to intervene with Corbin.
I got a 16.
Gonna reach out, sort of grab Boldrin's shoulder and try and but he's gonna try and shove Boldrin out.
Give me an athletics roll. If Boldrin doesn't want to go. So you push, and Boldrin just sort of pushes back, and you find your feet sort of sliding. You're not being knocked back, but you're not pushing either.
Fine, then Nyx will just walk out.
And I'll follow, but I'm not going to let you push me out.
Right, so while you guys go out there, Selena, what are you doing while Corbin is trying to calm down the beast?
Once it's actually she's going to suffer okay, that went too far. I'm sorry. I thought it was going to be funny, and my shit went whack as normal.
I want to see what Hope is believing right now, because I don't know.
I got a 20 on my deception roll.
All right, I'm going to... so I have a minimum of... Let's see. Okay.
Corbin, that seems legitimate to you.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, okay.
I figured I'm still
gonna
wrestling the thing, so I'm not even paying attention.
Yeah.
Hope that seems legit to you as well.
Yeah, yep, mm-hmm. What the fuck?
I thought I didn't think it was going to go that harsh. I'm going to cover this. I'm sorry.
You better.
Nyx, you're okay? Nyx got you covered?
Yes, I have a headache. I'm angry.
Sorry. This is payment for this is coming out of my end. Which just means it's coming out of the extra that I'm skimming off. But I didn't say that part out loud.
Did you say that whole thing out loud? Because that would have been amazing.
Everything up.
It would have been amazing for you. Except for the because I didn't say that out loud.
I like to think that Selena has a little Lizzie McGuire self narrating on her shoulder in the
Yeah. Corbin, the creature does not seem to be calming down yet. I need another animal handling from you.
Okay.
And another athletics as it tries to break away again.
16 and a 3.
But fortunately, you managed to lock your shoulders in so it can't throw you. But it is in a rage right now, and you're not able to calm it down. The associate behind the counter has run off into another room, presumably to get somebody. But
Yeah. Is there any chance I'd be able to start like pushing it back because it came into the office, right?
Yeah.
It barreled through. Yeah, I'm gonna start trying to push it backwards.
I want to
guess.
try and help do
Right.
this,
So
and I would
then-
like to go into a rage
Then one
because
of you.
I am annoyed.
All right. Then one of you give me athletics with advantage.
Okay, you want me to do it? Herman?
I have pretty good athletics,
Okay.
so I'll just roll twice. Never mind.
All right.
+6
Well-
is good. But,
It is. But the 27 that it rolled
Fuck.
means that it just sort of it sort of plants its hooves and wrenches its neck and throws you loose. And you hit the wall nearby, taking 11 points of bludgeoning damage as you slam into the wall. It then kicks back at Hope.
Hmm.
Let's see if it hits. Does a 26 hit you, Hope?
Yes.
All right. You take 13 points of damage as
Halved.
it kicks you. Halved, correct. Halved
Yep.
to 6. Because you are raging. And at
Mhm.
roughly this time, a robed figure comes out of the back and utters something in arcane, and the ox just stops. Well, that's some excitement we seem to have.
yeah, I
Yes,
don't know
it's
what
great.
happens.
Things are going great.
Sorry.
Second
First of
time
all-
it's happened.
First of all, who are you? And so, what the person you're seeing before you now, wearing sort of icy blue robes, fringed with white, and the insignia of the adventurers, the Lion's Heart Adventurers Guild on one shoulder, is a female high elf, with long blonde hair and just sort of crystal blue eyes, just sort of looking at the group of you expectantly.
I'll lift up my badge. Corbin. I'm from Core, but
And the rest of you?
I'm Hope,
I'm Selena.
and I
This
slowly
is
start to
my
calm
fault.
down.
I'm Hope. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but
So-
I tried to do a little trick just as a joke. I didn't expect that it would actually go crazy.
I
So
told
what
you.
about
And-
what about your surroundings makes you think, young lady, that this is the place to pull a joke with a live animal? Give
It
me
was
a wisdom
inappropriate.
saving throw.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, fear effects are fun.
or Zone of Truth.
Oh God.
Zone
No.
of Truth would affect all of you. It's
Yeah.
AoE.
13.
It's not a magical effect. You are taken aback by the fierceness
Right.
and authority in this woman's voice,
Okay.
and you feel properly cowed. You can
Yes.
still react however you would like, but this
Yes.
is you're getting the feeling of a student that is being chastised by the principal right now.
Right. Because she's a con artist, and as any good con artist knows, the best way once you're in a situation like this, you don't back up and admit. No, you try and push through.
All right. Go ahead.
So
What's your
yes,
reaction?
it was an impulsive thing. I apologize sincerely. Honestly, I am sorry. Obviously, I'm going to cover damages, etc.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion roll.
Okay. Persuasion, I am good at 23.
She sort of lets out a very strong huff.
It was not intended to actually do any serious damage. It was actually supposed to just sort of my hope, my assumption, and this is me not knowing how animals work, was that it would sort of start a little bit and it would reference something that happened earlier when we originally came into the city, and it would just be sort of a little fake out, and it would be, and My magic sometimes goes a little crazy. It's just how it is. I apologize.
Well, next time you get a wild hair and decide to use magic on an innocent creature like this, I hope you think twice. And she goes over, and you notice that the ox hasn't moved. It's just sort of stuck in mid-thrash. And she walks over to it. You said you're from the core branch?
Yes.
She puts a hand out, goes through a series of arcane gestures, and the cow vanishes. You'll find it back in your stables. She turns around and walks out. And Corbin, you can give me a history check because you're the only one that would know this.
Potentially.
That went well.
God fucking
18.
Idiot.
All right. That was Archmage Ilisaria, one of the higher-ranking members of the guild, and a very powerful wizard.
Obviously.
Who,
Teleported a cow.
Yeah, we used that sort of magic on a fucking cow.
I mean,
Somebody that wants it out of their place before it breaks more.
pretty much. Yeah, she's one of the higher ranking members of the guild, and in the sort of guild administration systems. She's in charge of this branch, basically.
Yeah. So Corbin's gonna look at Selena and he's like, you remember I told you that if he busted out again and got loose in the city that the guard was going to kill him, right?
I legitimately didn't think that he was gonna bust out.
Well, if he would have busted out, I would have killed him before he got out into the city.
I honestly didn't think that was gonna happen.
So, cutting over to Boldrin and Nyx.
Yeah.
So
You're welcome.
I should make a point because of how tongues works. Anybody that can hear what Boldrin is saying can understand what he's saying.
Yes.
Oh.
So if Nyx wants this resolved without any implications on them, they need to resolve this fast because everyone can hear what Boldrin's saying.
Yeah.
Nyx is gonna sort of round the corner. Not that he actually knows how tongues works. I do know because clerics are my thing, but
You can give me an Arcana check if you want.
okay. He has very little reason to understand any magic that's not his own, but I will do the check anyways. Nope.
As far as you know, he speaks Abyssal.
Okay. Round a corner, little side area, turn on Boldrin. You think none of you have aggravated me? You think that no cosmic punishment awaits the one who would gladly kill someone enslaved simply for being inconvenient or panicked?
You caused that panic! You caused an innocent creature to break through walls and injure individuals, which will cause it to be put down. If that ox is killed, its blood is on your hands.
I live in the... I'm not a vegetarian! What makes you think I'm a vegetarian?
You seem to care for its
But
life
there's
so
not
much.
an abyssal word for vegetarian, so it skips back to common for the word vegetarian.
Oh no,
You're a vegetarian.
No, there is an abyssal word for vegetarian. It's just the same word
I'm
that they use.
self-taught.
It's just the same word that they use for prey, weakling, and meat. It's, you know.
Yeah.
You seem to care so much for its existence.
Don't. I don't at all.
Or do you just have something against Corbin?
No, I have something against cities, and a little bit against Corbin too. Because again, as I said before, when we were down in tunnels, when we met someone chained up, forced to work, enslaved, he was quite willing to kill that person for any he perceives slight or inconvenience?
Because ogres are known to be instantaneously violent. They're known to attack on sight.
Are dark cultists.
All of these things are known to attack on sight. So yes, there is reason to be willing to kill if something shows threat.
Okay, let's start at the beginning. Why do you think the Abyss locked out people in the middle of the city?
I don't know. I'm sure you're going to tell me your opinion on it.
My theory is it's probably a side effect of my presence in some way, or at least not unrelated. That was quite the anomaly.
You're not helping your case here. All you're telling me is that you're dangerous.
Exactly. Why do you think I'm so upset that you keep dragging me to cities? Are those the kind of people that want to kill me for being a dangerous thing live and can find me?
Would you rather just leave then? And then be up to the whims of whoever finds you next and isn't so peaceful as to simply bring you with them, but instead kill you for being dangerous? The next group of adventurers that finds you won't take you with them, they'll cut your head off!
I'm not exactly convinced that this one would.
I have sworn an oath to keep those who I am with under my protection. It's part of my duties as a servant of the Forge. That which we make, the bonds we forge, are sacred. We are to protect our allies. But if you continue to cause this, if you continue to cause destruction within cities that I potentially am calling home, because my own home doesn't currently exist. Much as I hate to, I will be forced to shatter this bond and react appropriately for someone who is a danger to innocence. Because that's what you're threatening with this. Innocent lives. Not us. Innocence. We can handle an ox.
Are you so naive that you still believe that each of them is innocent?
Yes. Until they've done some crime that causes them to become guilty, they are innocent. None of these people have asked for this. None of these people have asked to be thrown in this half-built world.
Your oath is to protect those you're with. My oath is to protect the world even from myself.
You're doing a shite job of it so far. This is part of the world.
And you know, it's probably safer with an ox than an abyss devil or whatever the hell is that thing chasing me. Or, you know, if I have to end up fighting the mage that put me in this situation in the first place by wiping my memories.
What makes you think a mage wiped your memories?
That's what I remember. Mage wiped my memories and locked me away.
I love the look on William's face.
No, it's absolutely perfect. I remember being locked up. I remember everything that happened after, and I intellectually know what happened before to some extent. But I ran away from that and found my place at the edge of the abyss.
You'd mentioned this earlier, we could be acting on that. rather than you just lashing out
I
at everything in
told you
your
it wasn't
way.
safe for me to be in cities. What about that was not specific enough?
This mage that I'm just hearing about now is potentially a threat to other people as well if this is their habit. You could have mentioned this mage. We could be following them. We could be trying to find out where they are.
Not follow the person that had tried to save a city by throwing me in a cell after wiping my mind.
That's not an appropriate way to deal with anything, and we both know that. Why would they not get retribution, but you would instead force your hatred on innocents?
Corbin is not a goddamned innocent.
Corbin isn't the one endangered from that ox. The teller at that building is. Corbin can handle an ox, and a civilian who's never held a sword can't.
So at this point,
Maybe I just think that Corbin sees me the same way he sees that ox.
Asked him? Have you had a conversation more than 5 seconds with Corbin?
at that point, Boldrin, you start to notice a bit of a crowd. Because you have been
I
yelling.
know they can hear me.
Yeah, you've been yelling in tongues.
You've been yelling in tongues. I've been responding in Abyssal.
As someone who has been responding
Except
in a
for
language
the
not a lot of
occasional
people
word
know.
vegetarian.
And so it doesn't seem like they've been listening to you, but like just like sort of across the street from you, there's some people like sort of stopping and looking at, oh, somebody's getting a dressing down in public. This is always fun to watch. You also hear yelling from inside the building. That is unfamiliar. That's an unfamiliar voice.
Now, we go to resolve this, and when we're gone from here, have a conversation with Corbin and find out what he thinks. And later, we will actually have a conversation about that mage as well. Someone who actually deserves justice for what they've done to you.
Fine, resolve your civilization bullshit. I am casting Conjure Animals, and I need to check something about challenge ratings.
Ox fight. Plot twist, the other ox is gone.
No, not oxes. Trying to figure out.
So what are you wanting to summon?
I just need to check the challenge rating on it. I know
One
what
beast
it
of
is.
challenge rating 2, 2 beasts of challenge rating 1, 4 beasts of challenge rating 1 half,
I mean,
8
checking
beasts
the,
of, yeah.
knowing how many beasts you can summon doesn't help if you don't know the challenge rating of the beast.
Yeah.
Yes, I just needed to compare something from lions and tigers. Shut up.
What about bears?
Oh my.
I can't summon both a lion, a tiger, and a bear. I did
Dang
think about that.
You can summon 4 oxen, though. Or sorry, 8. You can summon 8 oxen.
Yeah,
I can't
8 ox.
cover for that.
No, I summon a saber-toothed tiger.
Oh no.
I now look like a ranger, I guess. I'll meet you at the end. I have a pet saber-toothed tiger for the next minute or so.
All right.
Boldrin just kind of turns and heads back to
So
Or out.
help with the problem.
So you walk into the room just in time to see the ox. You see the ox vanish, and this blue-robed, blonde-haired elf walking away.
And the whatever was said at the end,
And then
because I
very-
completely
yeah, the-
forgot because I was enthralled with that.
Sort of the tail end of Hope, Corbin, and Selena.
I was yelling.
I've
Remember that.
I go the person in charge. I'm like here, and I'm just gonna pull out. Hold on, just a second.
You're buying a saddle too.
That's how much is a saddle?
I don't know.
You'd have to
It'd
talk to a
probably
leather
be
worker.
exotic.
It's probably not more than like 8 gold or something.
Okay. It's an expensive fucking saddle. But okay. So I will pull
Bosco's name on it.
out. I'll just grab 4 platinum pieces out.
I was way off.
Yeah.
Right? So you pull-
Hopefully, this is more than going to cover your cost of damages.
She looks back at you. So long as you've learned your lesson, we will take care of the damages.
No,
We have-
I insist. I want to make this right here.
She'll reach out and take it. Very well. And she vanishes into a back room.
Okay. I'm honestly sorry, guys.
As I'm walking
Well-
in, no, you're not. You didn't even cause this.
What
What?
do you mean? She did. She said she did.
Yeah, she apologized and paid for
He's a
it.
good liar. But I don't have time for this. Let's get this dealt with and go meet at the end.
I give Baldrin a look that looks like I am about to murder him.
I give you a look
Like,
that says I don't have time for your
Let
fucking
me
shit.
finish my
Yeah, I know.
sentence, please.
Let Jeremy finish.
I know.
I give him a look that looks like I am seriously about to murder him. And I misty step out of the room.
So Mercantile Union?
Yeah, let's get
Let's
paid.
get out of this place. Yeah, let's get paid.
Do
Get
it.
out of here.
Let's get paid.
We
And
need to go to the inn.
we have to go to a temple. So that's gonna be great.
So, the three of you are heading towards Mercantile Union. Selena, where are you going?
Elsewhere. She's just gonna wander, just not a happy camper.
All right, Selena wanders. Nyx goes back to the inn.
Not immediately. I'll meet them there.
Where
but
do you
I'm
go
just-
first.
I am also wandering for the
Also
moment.
just wander
I'm enjoying having a conjured saber-toothed tiger with me.
for a minute.
Makes me feel safe.
An hour.
No, actually,
People.
for up to an hour. Yeah.
An hour. Yep.
Yep.
It's a long time.
All right. So the three of you go to the Mercantile Union.
Yep.
Mhm.
You enter.
And
There's a dwarf doing books at a very small counter. That's the right height for Baldrin, but way too short for Corbin and Hope.
Mhm.
so walk up and ask if well greet him.
Hello, welcome to the Union. What business do you have here?
We want to get paid.
Yeah, we got
Point at
sent back down to the mine, so pull off the mama worm plates and just lay 'em on his desk. Who do we talk to about those?
All right, have a seat. And he
All
closes
right.
up his book and walks into a back room.
I leave the plates there for now and just sit down on the
I
desk,
hate waiting.
just waiting.
Yeah, so it's really short, and the chairs there are also short. So anyone other
Yeah.
than Baldrin has to sit on them. Basically, has to squat, and Baldrin just sits in a
That's why I'm sitting on the desk.
appropriately comfy chair.
Yeah.
After a couple minutes, Forge Master Duran comes out. Hey, well, glad to see you all survived. We heard the collapse and thought you were gone.
Nope.
Nope.
Live.
Yeah, that was quite the tumble, but we got back.
Well, what do you
We
have
also
here? He looks-
Uh,
killed one of the parent worms.
Yeah, that was one of the larger worms. I'm sure you can tell from the plates.
Indeed, we can. Here, give me a moment. And he picks them up and moves over to a scale. And really, obviously, they weigh down. He walks over and pulls out a brick of gold, puts it on. Another
Awesome.
brick of gold, puts it on. Another brick of gold, puts it on. And he does this
I
until
like this kind of way.
it weighs evenly. Alright, looks like it's carried a 3 divided by 2. Well, you made yourselves a tidy profit.
It's always good to hear.
Looks like you're getting 2,000 gold out of this one. Alright, well, we'll go back, we'll get your coinage. And,
Perfect.
we'll get your
We
coinage.
we also found the root of your problem.
Ah, did you?
Yeah.
Here, let me get your coin first and you can explain later. And
All right.
Pulls the bricks off, the thing goes again, puts them away in a shelf and moves out. After a minute or so, he comes back in with several bags that he just sort of... There you go. That is 10 bags of 200 gold each. So, what is this about the root of the problem?
Well, hidden in the cave system, pretty far down, but still making its home, there is a creature that got spat out by the abyss. Some kind of cave dragon. It's a fully grown mother, and her offspring are hunting down these worms for food, which is chasing them back up into your tunnels.
Yes, you did bring the wormling back up the last time you came up. So it's a bigger one, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just a bit.
Well, then we'll have to send out a team to get rid of it. What's it like? Do you have any details here, experience with it?
Poisonous, blind, but good senses for the earth. Rock hard scales. It keeps a horde like a dragon does, but...
Well, if it's poisonous, we have a few ways to counteract that, being dwarves and all. We could probably send out a group of paladins or request help from the Sundered Cathedral. Do you have a map to get back to it, or do you have any idea of how we can retrieve it?
I did take. Yeah, I pull out some parchment and I tracked a way back from the entrance by the Sundered Cathedral.
Ah, so you found another
We
exit.
left it.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. All the tunnel turns.
Well, we'll send for the cathedral to send out a few paladins down there, and deal with it. Thank you very much for the information. We'll get rid of that.
They'll have to go through a small mining operation that we found, but
Well, I'm sorry.
There is a trap by the door. The bodies of one of the cultists has an explosive rune hidden underneath it in case the cultists come back.
What cultists? You're gonna have to explain a little bit further.
that's a different thing. Just if they see a body in the middle of a room, don't go near it.
It's nice and suspicious looking.
You've never dealt with the paladins before, have you?
So
No.
No, I don't get to
really
the
want
Sundered
to.
Cathedral very often.
some
Let me just say that the paladins don't like to leave rocks unturned.
Well, some malicious cultists were having a mining operation ago, and after they were dealt with, we've had a bit of a run-in with them before, and we left a present for them in case they come back for their own, an explosive rune hidden underneath the bodies of one that have fallen.
Well, I can understand that. I appreciate it even, but we'll let the paladins know to keep an eye out for traps left by the cultists, not by our intrepid adventurers.
Yeah,
We'll take it a
it
little
was
bit
totally
easy.
them.
Right. Well, have you anything else?
I mean,
Yep.
unless you guys... Yeah, no, that's it.
Well, the total collapse. We can't really send more hunting teams down for more worms until either they burrow through or we do. So, until then, thank you for your business. Thank you for your help would be a bit of a strong word, considering one of our tunnels collapsed, but for your assistance. You have your gold. Have a nice day.
Yeah, thanks.
And he
Thank you, holding up 2 bags of gold.
trundles off back into a different room.
Well, that paid a lot better than I expected it to.
Nice. Yep. I'm taking those.
Yep, I think
And
we
I take
all
2.
get 2. Yeah, I grabbed 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
At 246,
There are 10 bags with 200 gold.
Yeah.
if both of you have taken 2, I'll take the remaining 6
Hmm.
and just distribute them.
So where are the 3 of you off to next?
Do we want to go take care of this temple business first, or?
Yeah. I gotta see if I forgot I had that skull left in the.
You keep
And
leaving
maybe they left-
skulls everywhere.
No, that. I hope they didn't throw it away.
Listen, I
They
would.
might have lost and found. Anyways, yeah, let's go take care of the.
Don't leave skulls in your hotel rooms, guys.
Yeah. Let's go take care of the temple
So,
business.
you guys head back to the inn. Nyx,
Mm-hmm.
you're sort of wandering through the streets,
Yep.
finding side alleys that are interesting and less traveled. Just wandering kind of aimlessly wherever your whimsy takes you as you're just sort of working off the anger and frustration that you've been feeling. And you go down a particular alley, and something strikes you as interesting. You see writing on a wall that doesn't look like it should be.
Do I understand the language?
Looks like deep speech written out, which again, normally deep speech doesn't have a written component, but much like how you sort of formulated one from your time studying the Abyss, this one seems similar, although pinned by a much steadier hand than yours.
What's it say?
It says, "Found you." And in the back of your mind, you hear a voice. The same voice you've heard from the Abyss, and the same voice you've heard from a masked individual. I mean, I knew it would happen sooner or later. I didn't think you'd be abandoned so quickly, though. My, you work fast.
You don't know me very well. They always abandon me.
Or perhaps I know you quite well indeed. Now, would you like to come peacefully?
Yeah, right. Nyx is sort of praying that Waldron picked up on his plan, but sort of having the sinking realization he never articulated his plan to anyone.
What's your hit point total at currently?
It is at max unless something's happened that I totally don't remember, so it's 32.
Okay.
So yes, power word kill will work.
Not power word kill, but as you're sort of staring at this sign, you feel your eyelids start to droop. Because you're not an elf, are you? No. As
human, I have no defenses. Yeah.
You find yourself falling to sleep. And on the ground.
Yep.
And as you lose concentration because you fall asleep, your summoned animal out of existence. Selena.
Mm-hmm.
While you're wandering, is there anything in particular that would catch your eye while wandering?
I don't know. Is there anything in particular that would catch my eye while wandering?
Well,
Nyx falling asleep.
You find a couple of different storefronts that have very interesting things for sale, and as you pass by those gems,
doesn't care even a little about that right now.
As you pass by, those gems in your bag rattle a bit, reminding you that you have things to sell if you wanted to stop in a shop.
Doesn't even care about that in a small amount right now. Too angry.
Right. So yeah, you stomp out in your frustration continually. How long are you planning on wandering?
Good question. For a little bit, and then we'll eventually make... Basically until she calms down, which would probably be about 20 minutes or so.
Okay. So after about 20 minutes, is there any place in particular you would like to head? Or
Probably heading back.
to the inn? All right.
Yeah.
So roughly a half an hour after you left, most of you reconvene at the inn that you had been staying at. You still have a couple days left. You paid for like a week.
I don't think
You
so.
paid for a few days. I don't remember how many days.
I thought we paid for a day, and we were gonna decide
Yeah.
whether we were gonna stay longer.
And you did decide you were going to stay longer, so you paid for more
Oh,
days.
okay. Okay, I don't
think-
remember.
I think you're coming up on your last. I'm just going to say you're coming up on your last day for what you paid. As you all reconvene, minus Nyx.
If Nyx isn't here, I'm gonna step out and go see if I can't find them.
Hey, give me an investigation check.
Three.
So your first thought obviously is to say, hey, have you seen a person wandering around with a saber-toothed tiger? Because that's pretty, that's a pretty obvious sight. No one around the inn seems to have seen Nyx come by.
In which case, I start looking deeper in the city.
Right.
Because
So the rest of you notice Boldrin sort of come in, look around, not say anything, and immediately step back outside to ask people some question. What are the other three of you planning on doing right now?
What's going on? I'm saying that to Boldrin.
Boldrin's already left the room.
He's not.
I mean, Hope sort of
All
steps
right.
out after you as you go out to talk to people and calls from the,
Oh,
from the
okay,
inn.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nyx
Nyx isn't
should-
here.
Nyx should be here by now.
Yeah, he should.
They stomped off
You
on
want
their
help
own,
looking?
which is a problem.
Yeah. Remember what he said?
Yeah,
This is bad.
that's fast acting.
That's
Like, it's Alka-Seltzer. It's fast acting.
I'm gonna help you look.
All right.
Please
go
do.
ahead and give- anybody who wants to go look for Nyx, give me investigation checks.
Can I make another one?
Yeah, you can make another one.
I don't know what they're looking for, so I'm going to retrieve my skull
Alright.
from my room.
21.
That's intimidation.
Damn it! Actually, it's the same thing as minus one, so 20.
Boldrin is convincingly pissed at the stupid druid.
Yes. You do find, so between the two of you as you go out, you guys sort of go out, and Selena, you do see the two of them head out of the building if you wanted to follow or if you had other things you wanted to do.
No, I'm not following them because if I do, I will start firing offensive things at people.
So you eventually do find some folks who remember a person with saber tiger wandering through alleyways. And they point to the last one that they saw them go into.
Okay.
And you sort of duck into this alley and go down. Give me another investigation check on the alleyway.
Okay. 17.
Natural 20.
So both of you find a piece of paper on the floor, a card that, like sort of a bit of cardstock that looks like it sort of fell, and you pick it up and it just looks like cardstock. You're not certain what it is, but you both do also see on the wall near it that same kind of writing that hurt your brain that Nyx put on the wall previously. And like sort of looking at it gives you a bit of a headache, and obviously none of you can read it, but you do you see that writing and you did find a card.
Fuck.
God's above, lad.
So where do you think he took him?
I don't know. Somewhere hidden to do a ritual and consume his soul or whatever this stupid cult wants to do with him. Need to find him.
We have to head toward the abyss.
That's probably
You don't think
true.
they're gonna? Yeah.
Are there footprints anywhere around?
Give me a survival check.
Survival. 13.
Are you making a survival check as well, Hope?
No.
All right. 13, there are footprints in the alleyway. There's some look like it was a saber-toothed tiger, some looks like it's a human male. You don't find any other footprints, though.
None leading out of this. Do I see any drag marks?
Nope. You see the footprints of what you're assuming is next because there's a saber-toothed tiger walking with them, walking to that point in the wall, and then stopping.
And then no footprints leaving.
Correct.
Did Nix never mention his secret life as a graffiti artist?
Damn it. They didn't leave on foot. They can't track them. They likely got teleported.
Would I have any idea what kind of spell capabilities could cause that sequence of events?
Give me an arcana check.
Okay. 7. Nope.
Mm-hmm. Magic.
Okay.
You don't even.
Magic
I mean,
of some sort.
maybe they're just really sneaky and didn't leave any footprints.
Mm.
You both do immediately come to mind, though. Something sort of suddenly jogs your mind that you don't know where 5 is.
Shite.
Got them both. All right. So we need to find that cult, and we need to find it fast. Do you have any way of tracking them?
I
With
can find a
magic.
place if I know where the place is. I can't find people yet.
What use are you then? Okay, so we need to go to the temple. We need to go to the temple of Eidos and tell them that someone is corrupting the rituals and get them to help us find them. Because some cleric at their temple is bound to have that spell.
Let's go. Now.
Yep. Okay. Heading there.
All right. Corbin and Selena. Selena, are you heading upstairs to your room?
Mm-hmm.
As you head up to your room, you see 5 sitting at the door where Hope and her room is, just sort of waiting.
Yeah, 5.
5. You suddenly
5.
5.
Hey,
You think that she doesn't. You suddenly realize she probably doesn't have a key to the room.
She doesn't have my lockpicks anymore.
God damn it. All right. Come in. Unlock my door.
5 goes in with you. Corbin, the skull is gone.
Son of a bitch. I'll
Looks
go to
like-
the front desk and ask.
Looks like they cleaned it out. And you go and ask, and they're like, "Oh yes, there was a pile of trash in your room, but we threw it out and cleaned up and made everything tidy and smell nice."
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
When did you throw that skull out?
Oh, starting to smell a couple days ago.
Awesome. All right. I'll just go get another.
Okay then.
Thank you. And he'll, I guess, hang out until he sees somebody from the party.
Okay.
He'll just,
So you're hanging out and Selena, you and
in the
and
lounge
5,
area,
in the lounge.
yeah.
Selena, you and 5 went to your room. Is there anything the two of you are wanting to do right now?
I don't know what 5 wants to do, so don't ask me.
5 just goes 5 and sits down.
Okay. Yeah, Selena starts drinking.
All right. Selena begins drinking.
No, no.
Walter and Hope, you are
Yes.
You're heading to a temple first.
Yes.
Yeah, the
Temple
Temple
of
Light
Eidos.
House.
Right.
That's
So
here.
there's a shrine. Yeah.
Yeah, Shrine of
It's fairly small. It's in the temple district, and it's fairly easy to find. It's sort of off by itself, and there's just a sort of an old elderly human standing there, sort of standing inside, cleaning up the place as you come in. Oh yes, may I be of assistance?
We
Yes,
need
we're-
help.
Yes, we're looking for someone who's been taken.
Have
There's
you
a cult of Eidos.
Well, I mean,
We're
not your
I'm
kind.
just gonna go straight to the point.
It's
That's
I hold out the symbol.
Yeah.
He takes it. Have you spoken with the gods?
It happened a
No.
few minutes ago, and we're trying to track fast. I think they've been teleported or something.
I think
David-
they have a misunderstanding about my position as a priest. I'm generally, priests are not the, how would you say, the sort of,
Completely useless. I
priests
walk
are
out.
not clerics, I should say. There's a differentiation between the two. He
Are
sort of
are there any clerics of your faith within the city?
No, I'm the only one manning the shrine. This is not our symbol, though, he says, holding it up. I mean, it's two separate pieces. It's a split. Somebody tried to make a symbol incorrectly, is what I'm saying. This is two separate pieces of obsidian.
This is a uniform symbol for this cult. It's not. It's obviously not a proper religion of Eidos, but it seems to be some form of offshoot.
Oh,
Using their practice for nefarious purposes, and they've kidnapped our friend now. And we were hoping you might be able to get some insight.
Do you have any more information that you could perhaps give me?
They've made the claim that the abyss is a fragment of Eidos, that they are shards.
No,
and
it is a fragment of Our Lady. It is literally her body. She weaves herself into the world, into the plane. She is both the creator of existence and the destroyer. The material plane, in essence, is Eidos, in one particular theory. The abyss is part of her.
they were making a claim of unifying the shards.
How did they say how?
Apparently by kidnapping Abyssborn.
Well, that doesn't seem to track with anything I know, but
It's ambiguous.
I'm afraid I don't have very much information other than that this is obviously correct. This is not the there's a crack in it, and it's two separate pieces of the symbol of Eidos is a symbol of unity. It's the whole of creation bound together in a single golden ring. An eclipse is a very much a symbol of the material plane. It's visually what we are. We are a single entity bound by the divine light of gods. This just represents fracturing the material plane, not anything to do with Eidos necessarily. At least if it is true and they are trying to represent our symbol.
Well, at the very least, you've given me some good information, but now I need a place to start actually tracking someone who's been teleported.
Well,
Gods above.
You could try. There's a. You could try the guards, or if you have a spellcaster that could see arcane, that can track arcane energies, or if you know any particularly potent investigators or spellcasters or hunters of some kind.
Actually, you're just giving me a thought. And I turn and start running. I take the symbol back.
I hope you find your friends.
And I turn and start running.
Outside pacing, just annoyed.
I immediately run out and start running through the city. We need to find Valis Sanguinus.
Okay, fine.
You recall that they were heading to Clifftop.
Are they left already?
They split off from our group.
You don't know. They went into the city, but you don't know if they've left yet.
Oh, okay. Split up. Meet back at the inn. I'll take this half of the city. I don't know.
Give me investigation checks. Boldrin with advantage. Hope with disadvantage.
I'm primarily probably gonna look for the rest of the inns in the city because it's probably where they would go to get their stuff that they've had or take a rest. Fortunately, I get a 7.
Why do I have disadvantage? I'm just curious.
Because you're wandering a city you're unfamiliar with by yourself.
Fun. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Because you said, I'll take this half of the city.
I can't ask if anyone's seen
that's
person in a weird hat.
That's part of the investigation roll.
Okay.
Boldrin,
You'll still probably do better than me.
17, yeah.
So, Boldrin, you start methodically going through inns and not finding anything. Hope, you start going off in one direction, you go, why don't I just start at the gate and bolt that way?
Yep.
And start working your way back. And actually, you actually stop in at the Adventurers Guild And inside there, you see Adolfo. He's very hard to miss. Sort of standing there, looking at the wreckage, going, "What in the world happened here? It looks like somebody let the proverbial bull loose in a china shop. It's very strange."
Exactly. Listen.
Oh, hello there.
Hi. We need your help.
Okay.
Our friends have been kidnapped.
Okay.
Do you have any way of tracking?
We have several very good trackers. Yes.
Not. They haven't left. They got teleported or something's happened. I don't know.
Why don't you take me to the location and
Yes.
I will gather my friends along the way.
Good. Okay. And I'm leading them back to.
He starts walking and he pulls out. You see him pulling out a stone and muttering into it and then putting it back.
Magic cell phone.
Yeah.
No, he's insane. That's just a regular rock.
And after a while, the rest of Valor Sanguinis, sort of coming out of different alleyways, meet up with you and conjoin as you lead him back to that alleyway. Baldrin, you're still going through inns.
Do I see them running by me at some point?
Give me a perception check.
Did I get advantage because I'm specifically looking for them?
Yeah, you can get advantage with it, yeah.
Yay. 7!
It's okay. It's higher than a 5. You hear the of Fyodor walking past.
Fyodor.
Yeah.
And so I start following him because he seems to be. Have you been contacted?
He looks down at you.
I'm assuming the Fae is on top of his
No,
shoulders.
Lelian is not with him currently. He looks down at you, nods, and continues walking.
Yeah, I start following him.
Eventually, you all sort of reconvene at the alleyway, and Aldolfo looks at the two of you. Has the entirety of your party been captured?
No, they're back at the
The
inn.
rest of them are either attending to their own business or being huffy today.
You should perchance let them know that your friend has been captured. They might change their tune.
Mm-hmm.
For the record, I don't think anybody actually knows I'm back there. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I just assumed.
Yeah.
I assumed that you went straight
I
to
stopped
someplace
off
with
somewhere
squishy,
else.
with
Tell you
squishy
what.
nice pillows and
Tell
stuff.
you what. We will take a look around here and see what we can find. You go gather the rest of your party before we venture forth,
Yes.
okay?
I'm gonna run toward the inn. Yeah.
Well, while Hope is taking off, I'm going to stay and have a look as well.
Now, Corbin, you're sort of relaxing. This
Yep,
is a really
I'm
nice
thinking
chair.
of going to buy a new longbow.
Yeah, you know, you're sort of strapped in, and you just sort of see Hope come
Absolutely not plus.
barreling in.
Nix and 5 are gone. They've been captured. We need to go. We've got the other adventuring group, Valor Sanguinis, in the alley looking for signs. Get your shit together, man.
When I left my room, did I see 5 just waiting at their room?
Yeah.
I'll be like, 5 was
as Hope bolts up the stairs.
there.
Yeah, I'm gone.
You're like 5 was up. Okay.
Yeah, up. Yeah, no, yeah, you're going the right way. Yeah.
I knock on. I'm gonna try and open Selena's door.
Did you lock the door, Selena?
I mean, I gotta point out that it would be more reasonable to suspect she's in. Oh, wait, yeah, never mind.
No.
My brain went a certain direction.
I leisurely walked to my room.
Yes, I would have absolutely
Hurry
locked
up,
the
man.
door.
Yeah, so you go, and 5 looks up and goes, 5.
Pounding on the door.
5.
Selena?
Fuck off!
Oh, good, you're here. 5 and Nix have been captured. We need to find them. Hurry up.
Nick.
You hear a clicking sound, and 5 opens the door.
You dumb
Oh,
dead
God, you're
bitch.
okay.
She's right here.
Oh,
She's drunk. She's very, very drunk at this point.
oh my God.
Thank you. This is the best thing ever.
Hurry up. Nix has been captured by those cultists or something. They left that weird writing on the wall that made your brain go all fuzzy.
What?
Oh, listen.
Writing?
Okay.
Listen,
Gather-
right now, there's only one thing that's making my brain fuzzy.
You are talking entirely too much. And I'm going to start gathering your stuff for you. Come on, hurry up. We got to get going.
Nope.
Faster? That is.
She has not moved an inch from her
I'm
spot on the
gathering
couch.
The drunk
Stuff.
chaos sorcerer to cast is probably a bad idea.
Said best wrong.
What? Okay. Hold on. Hold on.
Been...
Nix? Oh, you mean... No, I'm not even going to get into that whole fucking mess.
I
Okay,
don't care
what happened?
what he did. He's gone. And
What
if
happened
they have
with
him,
Nix?
Nyx apparently got ambushed in an alley by the cultists again.
I haven't done that before.
I'm
Again?
assuming.
Again?
Well, you've been ambushed twice.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you sort of like got hijacked. I don't know. I'm
Fair enough.
extrapolating.
That was Rangers, though.
By cultists.
So,
Those cultists again,
They're
and
about as
we've
smart as
been
cultists.
trying to find a way to find him. Keep going.
all right.
So we've got Valor Sangrinus is in the alley with Boldrin helping to track. They're gonna do some sort of spell thing. track
Baldrin's
him
helping
down.
out. I'm sure that's going
Yeah,
well.
I know it's gonna go great. 'Cause, I'm not holding my breath.
Fuck's sake.
They're much more capable than us though. So
We've got real professionals.
Oh,
Strictly by virtue of being a cohesive unit.
yes, exactly.
Strictly by virtue of not. Of
This guy's
actually
got it
being-
figured out.
So they're gonna help him find him, and then so we have to get going now. Hurry up! Why are you so slow?
all right. I got to be honest with you about something.
What?
And she points to like the two empty bottles of wine next to her. I may have had a little to drink.
Yeah. Can you walk in a straight line? Can you just at least run,
Can
please? Just follow-
teleport in a
follow
straight
me.
line. How's
So,
that for you?
Selena, you are currently under the poison status effect,
Ugh.
which gives you disadvantage on all actions, etc.
So Selena will cast Misty Step.
It goes in a curvy line.
To be on the other side of hope, sort of waving, trying to get her balance. Grabs onto hope to hold, sort of stabilize.
God,
Okay, what did I
Oh,
miss?
Already out the door, slowpoke. Let's
Selena's
go.
drunk.
Selena's
You'll
drunk.
figure it out very quickly.
So drunk.
Yep. So with
Useless.
with
We're so useless right now. Okay.
so with
But
5.
let's just talk about fucking useless.
I don't care right now. We're going now. I'm grabbing both of you and I'm dragging you out.
5. So
Corbin already had all his shit packed, so he just grabs his backpack and whoop.
with 5, Corbin and a drunk Selena, Hope bolts back out of the inn. Meanwhile, back at the alleyway, Baldrin, you have been treated to a very quick conversation where Aldolfo explains the extent of what he has been told, and then looks back to you for clarification. All right, so
I relay the full sequence of events that I have been through.
why were these people after Nix in particular?
There's some kind of connection that Nyx has with the Abyss that these cultists seem to want to exploit. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but they've got some kind of connection to it.
Okay, so a crazy abyss worshipping cultists wish to take your crazy abyss worshipping druid and do some sort of fancy jig and make bad things happen. I believe I have some sort of
That's very reductive, but yes.
All right. Well, I am very good at reductions. Anyways, so then in this case, we will need to discover what has happened. So, Lillian, if you would do us the pleasure of offering your assistance in this particular endeavor. And so Lillian sort of walks over to where the sort of last known location of Nyx was, and begins to sort of look around and investigate. And a few moments later, Hope, a staggering Selena, 5, and Corbin arrive at the alleyway.
Oh, you gotta be.
We're back.
She points at Baldrin. You realize this is fucking on you, right?
This is not the time.
What's even going on?
Oh,
Fine. Let's just deal with this. Let's just
Lillian sort of leaning on their staff, stands back up. They didn't teleport away. Good for you. If they teleported away, it'd be very difficult to find. I don't suppose any of you are familiar with the spell Pass Without Trace. Probably not.
I will try to roll my Arcana with disadvantage.
Nyx has used that spell on the group before, if that helps.
It does.
That's true.
It makes the DC
13.
Yes, you are familiar with it. Nyx has used it before.
Okay.
Just a drunken.
Mother
Oh.
fuck beams.
Well, I guess that explains it. There are still tracks here. They're just hidden by.
Wait.
Yes.
I don't think she was. I don't think he was dragged anywhere.
No, he was carried.
I don't think he was even necessarily carried.
No, but and Lillian
carried.
leans down and points at a footstep. Lillian got a really good survival roll. No, somebody carried him. Why? What did you think happened?
Remember back when we were camping next to the abyss?
but
5 was
hasn't been
sleepwalking.
effective.
Right, but 5 was
Right, there was like the cultist expressed some kind of ability to pull.
control
Like-
people while they're sleeping.
That is very possible. But
Don't.
seems more like. Well, we'll find out. I can follow these tracks though, if you like.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. And they take away. Meanwhile, we're gonna cut over. Nyx.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up.
As soon as he's awake, if he remembers what happened previously, he's consciously trying to think specifically about how annoyed at Corbin he is.
Priorities.
We
It's
focus
good to-
on
it's
the
good to know.
important things. in this.
Detect
Yeah.
fucking thoughts! We have a plan!
Yeah.
No one else was told, but we have a plan.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Standing over you is the skeletal face of Umbra, his hat once again on his head, and his long outfit flowing around him as he sort of looks down at you. I told you I could find you. They never believed me, but, when last you saw, I was dead on the ground, and obviously that would be a thing that would make it seem like I couldn't find you. I should have probably told you that death is a mere inconvenience for me, but that ruins the surprise. And he leans over and grabs a knife. So, what do you know about the darkness inside you?
Ooh, I have Moonbeam. Oh, okay.
Your hands
Okay.
are currently bound behind your back, by the way.
Fuck.
He's not an idiot.
That made me cough and laugh.
Nyx will smile. It's a secret. You
Oh,
can't do the hand thing because
He is currently doing this, but with a knife. Well, it's a secret to many, but not a secret to me. Though it might be a secret to you, now that I think about it. Here, it's so much easier to show than tell. And he reaches out and slices your arm with the dagger. And you take 9 points of damage as he slices your arm. It's a nice big gash down the bicep.
all right. So I take 9 points of damage, and after he does that, full of wind, the Shadow's hand protects. Healing word.
It doesn't
Because
work.
that has only verbal components.
It doesn't work. You call out and you try to spend the magic to call this healing word into play, and nothing happens.
Oh, I see why you're not using magic for this.
Obviously. Look at that, he says, pointing at your wound. And you see where the sort of blood is pouring, is sort of slowly sliding down your arm. You see this black aura flowing out from the wound specifically, and you feel that pressure again that you felt the last time you were in his presence, as it just seems to seep out with the blood.
That sure did happen to me. Sure not happens usually, so I assume your presence has some impact.
Very astute of you, he says, holding the blade over and licking the blood off of it.
Okay, that's pervy. Do you have to?
Yes,
This
I
is
do.
like Selena again.
Very much like
Randomly
the-
inappropriate perviness.
Well, I'm certain I'll be having a conversation with her about that at some point in time. What you have inside you is
Do
something
I have to make a
I'm
deception
after.
roll, or does this guy just already know because mind reading?
You can make a deception roll.
Okay. That's not too bad.
That's pretty damn good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the -1, yeah.
It's a good roll.
Yeah.
What you have inside you is not a curse. Also not a blessing, necessarily. It's a peace. Infinitesimally small, and yet at the same time grander than the scale of our world. A shard of Our Lady Eidos. I know
Eidos
I'm
can
boring
go
you,
eat a dick.
but, theoretically, yes, she could
Selena's
if she
so
was
proud
so
of
inclined.
Nyx right now.
That's not really the point here. And whether or not I'm boring you also doesn't matter. I just like to talk. And the fact that it irritates you makes it all the better. That shard that you carry inside you is what I
Wait, like
want.
shard of glass or shard of paper?
Whatever unit of measurement you choose to use to codify the magical essence of a god.
Gods are stupid. Why would I care about that piece of sharding?
Oh, then you won't mind me taking it from you. Though I must say,
given that it's probably connected to my life force, I think I'm gonna mind.
well, it definitely is, and the extraction process is quite painful. If you were dead, it would be, it would still take a while, it'd be easier, but you've given me trouble, and I rather like making those who give me trouble feel it. He sort of flicks out with a knife and slices your cheek.
Very smart.
You take 6 points of slicing of damage as he cuts your cheek. I mean, it might not be smart, but it's fun, and that's what we're all about here. Having fun.
All right. Just give me a second.
Mhm.
What condition am I technically under being bound?
You are restrained.
Okay.
And you can tell from the way that your magic fizzled that you are currently within an anti-magic field.
Yeah, something like that. I figured. Okay. Restrained does not prevent me from taking the dodge action.
No, it doesn't.
I'm gonna do that next time he tries to stab me.
All right. So you are wiggling to try to get away from him as he's trying to give you little nicks and cuts.
Yeah, mostly doing that like smug duck and cut.
I don't know. Being difficult only makes it more fun for me. I like my prey to struggle.
Yeah, I've noticed. It's a bad habit.
And he just sort of grins, and that weird skull face of his just sort of splits down the middle as he does. Don't worry. We'll have quite a lot of time here together. Cutting back. The name of the character that I've suddenly forgotten, Lelian.
Okay.
Lelian is leading you at quite a brisk pace through some alleyways of Underhold. I don't think they actually went very far. It seems like whatever magics they used to subdue Nyx didn't last particularly long.
Good.
The tracks are hurried. Although they were using Paths Without a Trace, I can still follow them. You should all be prepared for a fight whenever we get wherever we're going, though.
Yep.
Oh, no,
Yank
I'm
out my spear.
set. Let's fucking do this.
Mhm.
I need to beat the shit out of someone right now.
Let's do it. That's the talk I like to hear. Yeah.
Yes.
So, Lelian picks up speed and actually does a thing.
Long Strider is single target.
What was that?
Long Strider is single target.
Yes, it is.
Sorry.
Yes, it is. That's not what they're doing.
My Blessing of the Forge is on Siegebreaker right now, by the way.
Okay. What is it? Okay, yeah, okay, never mind. That's a different thing. Never mind. You all rush down a couple of alleys, looking back at you and seeing that Boldrin's lagging a little bit behind. Aldolfo turns around and goes, "Please, Sir Dwarf, with your short legs, please. We need haste." And you are hasted. As you suddenly find yourself with a +2 to your AC and moving at double speed.
And able to, and with an extra action to dash.
Yeah. So from behind everyone, Boldrin just passed to catch up with everybody.
I get shouted out after me.
Good.
Yeah, you better run.
Wolford is like dead silent right now. He's in serious mode right now.
And after a
He
few
vaguely
moments,
considers asking for it too, but realizes that won't help with why she's being slow.
I'm continuing to drag you along. If you were at all slowing down, hurry up.
and you
Hop up on your back, just like you
Oh,
piggyback carry.
you get to what looks to be a
gonna be
cellar. You get to what looks to be a cellar door within a minute, basically, of leaving the original place, because sleep only lasts roughly a minute. And Lelian sort of stops. Well, they're down there, if they're still here.
Hold on.
How long does haste last?
Haste lasts for a minute, so it's wearing
So
off right about now.
Yeah, it shuts down now, so I take the penalty for haste wearing off before we get into a fight.
That's good.
Yes.
Okay.
So I am going to Selena casts.
I'm checking the door to see if it's locked.
Hang on, I think Selena might be casting something. So,
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
what is Selena casting first?
So I need to do something here really quick.
Drunk check?
Sort of. Okay. So Selena's like, got it, and she is climbing off of Hope's back,
Oh god.
Okay.
creeping
Why are you
forward,
so
and
heavy?
she's going to look underneath the door.
It's a
Like, is
cellar
there a
door, so
crack?
it's like it's in the floor.
Is there an
There's-
okay?
Yeah, there's a
There's
crack though.
no.
Yeah.
There's a crack.
That kind
I
of
can
thing.
sort of see through.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm casting Misty Step through it,
All right. So Nyx, you see.
and I'm getting ready to cast whatever's next.
Roughly
Jeez.
20 feet behind Umbra, you see Selena up here.
Oh,
Check
you
the door.
motherfucker!
And you
Do we
cast
hear
your
that?
spell.
Oh, you motherfucker!
Yeah. Someone
Actually, I don't say anything because Selena might be trying to stealth.
Roland.
I mean, she yelled, "You motherfucker!"
All right, go ahead and do whatever you were going to do.
Okay. I am going to cast.
At this point, I'm actually going to try and escape the cops or whatever.
Give me a acrobatics or acrobatics or athletics to try to get out of the ropes.
Would it be? I guess
Sorry.
sleight of hand wouldn't apply.
I'm going to start off low because
It's not gonna
she's
matter,
not
but-
convinced that. Actually, no, she's a very angry. She is a very angry,
That should
temperamental,
be-
impulsive person. She's casting a level 3 chaos bolt.
You're struggling against
Oh.
it, and you're not able to break the bonds currently. All right, I need to look up something real quick while you're casting that spell.
Because smart Selena would have cast a firebolt because assuming that this was some kind of illusion or something like that. But this is not smart Selena.
That's fine.
This is drunk Selena.
Drunk, angry Selena.
Drunk Selena. Also,
Right,
there's the
right.
anti-magic thing down here that she probably has not noticed.
That's true.
I just like the mental image of you peeking. I think I got an idea. All right. Whoa. Oh, my stomach. You motherfucker.
Okay. Oh,
Wobbles.
Nick, by the way, Aaron,
Aim.
the spell slot you used to cast Healing Word was used. It just didn't.
Yeah, I know.
So Selena, you cast this Chaos Bolt and you launch it, and you see it fly, and it gets about 10 feet away from Umbra's back and dissipates.
Ha.
And he sort of stands up and turns around. Oh, look, guests.
I'm assuming as the
Bellow,
cellar walks in.
and I am charging to tackle him.
So there's the sound of wooden splintering as
I
Roland's
roll my eyes
axe
and stand up.
slices into the door and pulls back out. All right, get it open.
I
Hope,
should
you wanna rip it
clarify.
out?
Yeah,
I still have
yeah,
to roll a d20 for that, right?
I'm
Yeah, you
trying
have
to
to roll
just
a D20 for
bash
that.
the lock in. Yeah. Okay. D20.
Or-
No, that was
So.
the
Oh,
thing.
That
Yeah.
was to see if
So
I wild
So give me an
surfed.
athletics check with advantage because he weakened the door.
Sweet. Yeah. And I'm actually gonna rage at this point because F all of this. So bonus action rage and then athletics.
Hold kicked it right down.
16.
Yeah, you just slam into it, and the wood splinters and drops. And Nyx, you can see behind Selena the door that you couldn't see previously just shatters, and light pours in, and people start dropping in. Lelian looks down, sees you bleeding, and just throws a hand out to cast a healing word, which hits the anti-magic field and dissipates.
Anti-magic field! Stop burning your spells!
As I'm
Selena, you're trying to tackle Umbra.
yes.
Baldrin is like immediately down the ladder after.
Yeah, running
after
down.
Hope.
All
So it's an athletics roll, right?
Yeah.
And at disadvantage, right?
Yes.
All right. And I've got nothing I can do to give myself advantage because I used that previously.
Yep.
Ah, 11? That's pretty good.
So as you charge in, your foot catches a cobblestone and stumbles. You don't
With
lose
an
your
11?
you don't lose your feet, but you're not quite fast enough to evade him stepping to the side. And as he does, you feel the overwhelming oppression of an anti-magic field. You in particular, being a Ganassi,
Right.
you instantly know when you're in one. And so you feel that oppression suddenly lighten up, as he just waves and vanishes into darkness.
Ah!
She starts screaming at the top of her lungs in primordial.
All right.
Baldwin
Nick's
rushes.
just gonna roll his eyes.
Baldwin rushes past to get Nyx out of the chair.
All right. So get ahead and give me a.
I said like untie the knots.
Yeah,
if
you
possible.
can just
made
try
a
to untie knots.
significant effort to get us this chance. That was not necessarily the best way to handle it, but props for the method acting.
So, Baldwin just kind of, as you're saying that over your shoulder as he's getting the ropes, you know, none of this is acting because you didn't tell any of us this was a plan.
I'm rushing
that what
in and just
I know
swiping
you
in
can't
the
lie.
thin air in
There's
case
no
he's visible.
reason to tell the person who can't lie the plan.
You didn't tell anyone a plan.
I
All
told
of us
Selena.
are- I look over at Selena. That's really useful right now.
Give me.
I legitimately do not remember this.
He mentioned it in the library like weeks ago.
Yeah, Selena wouldn't have
That's
remembered
not
it.
helpful.
Selena wouldn't have remembered it.
I told you like a month ago.
Yeah, no, that's essentially what he is saying in universe.
Give me an attack with disadvantage, Hope.
Okay, yep.
I mean, I sort of figured, even
13.
though you can't lie, you'd figured it out, because you were like, "Oh, we're gonna leave you all alone, and no one's gonna come for you." And
just swing.
I
down.
never
All
said I was
things
abandoning
being
you. I
grumpy.
said specifically I was going to help you after this.
Yes, you did.
Lillian walks up to Nyx. Well, I'm not certain what all's going on, and they reach down and just sort of touch you on the shoulder. I'm glad you're okay. And as they touch you on your shoulder, you feel healing energy flowing into you. Very unusual healing energy. It's not like the radiant energy that Baldwin typically uses, and it's not like the druidic energy that you use.
Mm-hmm.
You roll me...
Arcana.
Roll me 3d6.
Okay. 12.
You regain 12 hit points with an additional temporary hit point on top of that. And
Nice.
your speed is increased by 5 feet. Your speed is increased by 15 feet. And you're gonna be under that effect for a minute.
Okay.
I hope this helps you get back up on your feet.
Fine. He's really just into monologuing and torturing. He's not actually smart enough to kill me outright.
I
About
don't know
this-
about that. I keep.
About this point is where Sonia pivots, stops speaking primordial, and does a tackle hug on Nyx.
Lillian gets out of
I'll
the way as
give her a
Selena
hug
comes
back.
flying through.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's after I managed to get the bindings off.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you probably got shoved out of the way.
Yeah.
You still
No,
angry.
I stepped out of the
I'll also sort of scratches his. Well, all's well that ends well. Although I'm curious as to why. I'm curious as to why Nyx's kidnapper brought them a minute away by themselves and didn't secure the cellar. This is looking up at the very easily broken through door.
Oh,
Yes.
he can
trap-
read my mind, can't he? I'm gonna go make sure the door isn't locked
Oh no, it's broken
or
in.
trapped. I'm going to go make sure that we haven't been magically trapped in here.
Yeah, so you sort of wiggle free of Selena and move over. And
I'll bring Selena with me, I guess.
as you approach, you see Fyodor is sort of standing outside looking down because there's no way he can fit in the door.
Yeah, now it's more leaning because I'm about to fall over because I'm really drunk.
He's just sort of crouching and looking down at you.
I'd try and step out.
Yeah, you can get out.
Okay. Oh, good. He didn't lock it.
Hope is continuing to swing just for just as long. Yeah. Okay. I
Limit
gradually
not to
drop out of
change
rage because I can't
I
hold
was
it
figuring we'd have. The plan happened a little sooner than we were all expecting, and
None of us would none of us were in on this
Yeah.
plan.
Wait
Except maybe Selena,
Really?
and Selena is not in her right mind to think about the plan right now.
Whoa, wait a minute.
What plan?
There was a fucking plan?
Yes. I'll cast Lesser Restoration on Selena.
Okay.
A plan
See if
is
that
only a
helps at all.
plan if
Yes,
if
there was
everyone is in enough on it to act on it.
Oh,
You are-
whoa.
You are suddenly no longer drunk.
What the There was
was
a
the
plan?
Adolfo
Yes.
leans back. That
A
spell
plan
is
I
totally
couldn't tell
useful.
Boldrin, but could imply to Boldrin. And I assumed that Boldrin was implying back to me that he was understanding but not thinking about it hard enough that he'd have to say anything.
None of this plan was communicated to anyone except
we're
for
pretty
Selena
explicit when
apparently.
We're pretty explicit
Yeah,
when
I
we
told
plan.
you in the library. I was like, "Hey, we're gonna." I'm
Like
gonna
5 weeks
isolate.
ago?
Adolfo, you hear Adolfo leaning over to Roland. I think there
Look,
was
it
supposed to
was
be some
just
sort
the
of plan in place, but I do not know if
right
there actually was a plan.
situation.
There was no plan.
No,
Thanks
no,
so
no,
much for
no,
helping.
There actually was a plan. The problem is you have to signal people and know that they are sure that the plan is a go.
This was not a plan. This was.
I let a bull loose twice.
That was
You did that?
You did the second one? You motherfucker.
God's sakes.
Adolfo
Now
said,
is
"Oh, so there
not
was a
the
bull." Okay.
time. And I'm saying that.
A plan only works if everyone is in enough on the plan to actually act on it.
Says the guy with a no lying oath.
Not lying and not saying anything are two very different things.
I need,
We're not going to have that conversation right now, because that's
So-
going to... I'm still angry at you.
Can we leave cities now, please? Or are you guys gonna continue torturing me with this stupid place?
I mean, we got one more night at the inn. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, let's go home. Back to the forest.
I am happy to have been of assistance, as the rest of us.
Thanks.
Thanks. Sorry, I didn't realize you were coming along.
We didn't either. Don't worry. It was a.
I didn't even realize there was a problem until Hope came busting through the inn door, but
It was a surprise
Yeah.
more than anything else.
I admit the execution was supposed to be a little better. Didn't expect him to know how to make me go to sleep.
We're just going to.
I just kind of.
this is for the orc part. When we
Yeah.
helped you, you helped us. Thank you.
No,
No, that's
problem.
all we got to
Yes.
say.
Even. Sweet. Okay. Ah.
And they just leave.
Yeah.
Very awkwardly.
My mind is like spinning around. I am legitimately getting vertigo right now, Nick.
On the list
Sorry.
of cover,
Psychic vertigo. Is psychic vertigo a thing? Because it feels like it's a thing, and it feels like it's a thing I'm experiencing right now.
Did
I'm
you
gonna
do
take a
that entire thing with the bull just so you could storm off? You know you can storm off without unleashing a bull that, hits me and throws me into a wall. That would be great. You can do
Okay.
that too.
I didn't intend. The bull was not entirely necessary, but it was one. The dramatic effect made sense, and two. I really, really, really hate being in cities, guys.
So fuck with the city, not with my shit.
Control
Olin said I'm
it.
not allowed to fuck with the city.
Just
Then brood angrily while you're here.
yeah. Just go off and stare at the abyss a while. Do it
Stand on the
like a
wall,
normal
look out
person.
longingly at the abyss. I don't care.
No! Don't do that! That's a terrible idea!
What, looking longingly at the abyss? Or standing on the wall?
Literally an adage about that.
Anyways.
There's literally a well-known saying about staring longingly at the... Okay, it's too long, but still, it's the same thing.
You think they
I
sleep
mean, the abyss is
next to
already
the
in me,
abyss?
but yes, essentially.
Yay, abyss. Okay, so
So I'm going to step out and look
So
at the
that-
building of the cellar we just went into. What kind of building is this, or is this just some random house?
It's a random person's cellar, and you do see, like, a dwarf leaning out a window above you going, "What the hell are you all doing in my
Hey,
cellar?"
I was kidnapped and tortured in your basement. It's totally fine. I don't give a fuck.
What?
I'll throw up
So
2
long.
gold
What he
pieces.
Oh,
said.
that's probably bad for
To pay for
property
the door.
values or something.
He catches it and just ducks back inside, confused.
Hey, I got
so
paid.
that was clearly a terrible idea, Nix.
And
Look,
Clearly.
I knew that he's cocky. He wasn't. There was a chance he would just
Were
kill
you
me.
expecting us to find you? If you go
Yeah.
off on your own and are alone and
Yes.
no one's there and we have no idea where you
We got
are
real
because
lucky.
Basic premise of getting him to come after me was being alone.
That
Okay.
was ridiculously risky. You don't get to do that again.
No.
I had to spend frickin' 40 gold on you, damn it.
Sorry, I didn't.
Don't do
Is
that
wine that
again.
expensive?
No, to fix the whole... No, oh, no, that was... I'm assuming that was complimentary. I know, I didn't pay for it. But no, because of
Maybe we
the...
shouldn't go back.
Because of the ox thing.
Yeah, he broke a wall, remember? Not just
It's
a
fine.
doorway, a
You
wall.
just
It is
told
what it
me
is.
to fuck with the city, Corbin.
Yeah, but that was the Adventurers Guild.
I mean, that's literally the opposite of what Baldrin probably would say.
Look, can we just please stop hanging out in cities?
I mean-
and so as you express that sentiment in the back of your head, Nix, you hear that voice again. Saying, "Oh, so that was your plan. I was curious. If you think that being out of the city will help you, well, have fun."
Realize it's because I like nature, bitch, not because I give a shit about you.
Who are you talking to?
Sam,
Did you actually say
He can
that?
talk to my head. Yeah, he says it
Okay.
loud.
Ah,
Who you
okay.
calling a bitch?
Tell him
Can
I
you
said
call
this.
him up?
What
Can you
is wrong
summon
with-
him? Can you call him up in there?
Ring, ring. I think Hope has a message.
Tell him
No,
I
can
said
you
literally
talk to
suck my
him?
dick.
I
Or
think
does
that's
he
what
just
I'm
show
doing. I'm trying anyways.
Okay. Can you try and
You do not
contact him?
You do not feel the presence that you feel whenever he speaks into your mind.
He's not listening right now, but I can try, or you can leave a message for me to deliver when I contact
I've
him.
given you the
Yeah.
message.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
If you'd like to leave a message with the
I-
receptionist, please
Nix,
hit
Nix is an answering machine.
wait for the beep.
So
Alright, well,
definitely a revenant, or other. Death does not bother him very much.
Oh. Oh.
So he's like the
And given
anti-hope.
that my death and grabbing all of the little bits of people is the objective,
Mm.
I think the best solution is probably some sort of stasis. Can you actually freeze people in like ice and they come out hundreds of years later totally fine, or was that a children's story?
Mostly a children's story without very extensive magic.
Wait,
He's
what?
going to.
Hey, so
he's
maybe
going
we
to
lock him
die.
in a padded room forever and don't let him commit suicide.
I mean,
That's.
there are very powerful magics that could potentially imprison someone
Oh,
for a
yes.
very long time.
Oh,
But-
yes.
Okay, so I don't have a better solution than
Well, we need to
killing
do
him does
this.
not solve my problem.
We need to take care of this because he's gonna keep trying to find other random shards like you and like 5 who aren't protected.
Yeah, I agree.
So, we have to figure out where to start with that.
Well, we're not starting with fancy mages. I can't believe that keeps on coming up, and I'm
No,
heading it off
absolutely
before
not.
anyone suggested.
No, we're
And we're
not.
not starting it with you wandering off alone again.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Come up with
I
any
was
more.
being clever and smart and
No. A+ for plan. Solid D for execution?
That's generous.
No, that's
yeah.
that's about accurate.
I'd grade harsher.
It was not
after getting keywords that seemed accurate to me, I stormed off in a reasonably small area and got myself captured.
yes. Great plan, like I said. D.
I didn't realize you were going to go get drunk. Otherwise, I probably would have unscheduled it for bar night.
Well, that's a whole nother thing that we're going to have to deal with later. I predict somehow that will come up during a watch. I don't understand how. I just feel like that's going to be the point when it seems appropriate to have that conversation.
Fine.
Have you ever tried not engaging with the voice in your head?
Oh my god!
Because that's usually a good. That's a strategy.
So
have you ever tried?
I actually look up. There's still a little bit of the scarring from where he was cutting people out of me because I'm not fully healed.
Mm-hmm.
So this didn't come from me. It came from a physical entity that happens to be a revenant.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he can talk to me in my brain is probably not the only reason he is a threat to people. Or am I being unwise on the ways of civilization?
Oh,
No.
No, that
You are
makes
being
sense.
Dead accurate.
I'm just saying maybe don't respond next time. I don't know how the connection works, so... I mean, I know...
I can ward him out. The only reason I'm as protected as I am is because of my rituals.
Well, that clearly worked well.
Good.
Well, all right. So I know you want to get out of here as soon as possible, and I get it.
Also, definitely Eidos. Other thing I confirmed.
What
He was
definitely?
monologuing.
Yeah, that makes sense. It can be a bitch. But I know you want to get out, and I get it. For the moment, let's spend one last night here, and then we can go.
Fine.
Because
Where?
I don't know. We'll figure it out in the morning.
Yeah. Let's just go wandering off in the wilderness. That'll be great.
You know what? What's the worst thing that's going to happen to you? You're going to die.
No, I get stuck in a loop because some mage decides that I need to be stopped for whatever reason.
So let's
suck.
Get some rest tonight, and we will figure out where to go tomorrow. Maybe we'll go hunt some fucking wyverns. Who knows?
You said that there was another option.
Yeah. It's in a city, but it's not the one we come from.
Okay. Doing what?
Talking to people that at least 4/6 of this party should not talk to.
Okay, that really narrows it down.
There's a guy who might be able to provide us with some information.
Oh, I understand that one.
But we have to go back to core to do it.
Okay. So there's a guy we have to
Alright.
talk to in court. Great. Let's go sleep or some. I don't know. I'm all worked up.
5, you okay? He didn't do anything for you.
5.
I was chilling outside Hope's door while Hope and Baldwin were running across the city searching for her.
Helping.
Oh,
You were getting drunk.
him.
I was watching.
No,
Yes.
5, because they were looking for 5.
Yes.
Oh.
I was looking for
Mhm.
5.
I mean,
I was
specifically
keeping
looking for
watch.
this.
I was keeping watch over 5. Whatever
Good
state
job.
I was in, I'm not saying I'm a good babysitter. I'm just saying I was serving a
You're
function.
the worst.
5 goes
I'm
over
better.
and hugs Selena,
See?
Ah!
and then sets her clothes on fire. And as Selena moves to put that out, that's what we're going to call an end to it for today.
Yes.
So,
Just like the sitcom out where it's just like clothes on fire, oh, and then freeze frame.
Yeah.
basically, yeah.
Just like that.
So, say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Later.
Goodbye.